Hello? Are we there? Hello.
Hello.
A roll for initiative, y'all. We are live. Okay.
Oh.
And hopefully all of us are mic'd up. I'm capping in red, so I might be really freaking loud right now. Hi, y'all. Welcome to Windfall. Welcome to our table. I am Sono Kim. I am your game master. We are going to do a brand new Pathfinder 2E campaign today. I'm going to go around the table and let everyone introduce themselves real quick. Before I do, I want to say if you're having any audio issues, technical issues, don't feel bad about pointing those out to us because we have a whole live studio. And when I say studio, I mean I have a whole bunch of equipment crammed into one corner of my apartment. So
yeah, he means I have a soundboard right here and I can make people louder or quieter. I know how much that dial works.
4 cameras, 5 microphones, 1 soundboard, and a dream. The
most important part.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go around the table and introduce everyone. Before I do, I want to thank people that made this stream possible. Our theme music was composed by Californians and provided free of charge, so thank you, Californians, for that. And we do have other additional royalty-free music by Incompetech as well. So thank you to them for music, because music makes everything better. I'm just going to let everyone go around the table, introduce yourself real quick, and tell about, don't describe your character, but let them know who you're going to be playing.
Hi, I am Graydon in chat. I am the one that has the soundboard in front of him, and I'm watching chat, so let me know how things are going. I'll be playing Ernie Murrenstock, a gnomish rogue, though that's really kind of puts him in a box that he would break out of.
Hi, I'm Weather Hacker, and I'll be playing Wesley Roberts, a human swashbuckler.
Hey folks, I'm the Juice King. I will be playing Kai, who is an orcish magus.
Hello, I am Mitchum. I'll be playing Brooks. He is a human oracle.
Hi, I'm Leonette. I'll be playing Cordelia. She's a changeling witch.
Lovely. All right, guys, we did it. Good stream. Let's pack it up.
All right, pack it up, boys. See you next week.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
We have done like 8 tech tests. This has been going for like 5 months now, and things still aren't working the way we want them. So it's all a work in progress.
Something could break, in which case let us know, but we'll notice it and we'll fix it, and that's going to be okay.
Yeah, that's okay, because what we really wanted to do was capture the essence of that real, live, at the table, tabletop RPG experience that I don't think you get in a lot of other places, like over podcasts or even over the virtual tabletop. So hopefully y'all capture some of that energy, because we have great energy and we want you to share it with you guys. I'm being told that we can't hear Lionette.
Oh no.
Turn her up, crank her all the way up.
Oh, my mic's on.
That was one of the 2 things I was going to ask you guys to
That's the first thing to watch out for.
Yeah.
Okay.
That camera 2 freezer.
And I'm also maxing up on red.
I just cranked it up a little bit, and I cranked you down a little bit, so.
Hopefully this sounds a bit better. I've apparently been cranked up.
Okay.
More, probably?
Yeah, I know. I mean, the button is on.
If we crank it too loud, I'm going to be shouting.
I can do that right there.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. I think that's okay.
We'll keep tweaking as it goes.
Cool.
We'll just live on the feedback of what we got.
Right.
If not, that's what we got. Any other announcements or anything we need to, any housekeeping to get to before we do a little actual play, y'all?
How's our merch?
We're working on merch.
We need fans.
Then there's no merch. All right.
Fans first.
Y'all ready for this?
Weather Hacker
Yep.
merch corner.
All right. Without further ado, I would like to welcome you to my world of Asteria.
Hello there, Game Master.
Oh.
Oh. Hello there. I didn't know those alerts were still going on.
Not only are they
Oh my god. The Beastmaster tried to scare the hell out of me.
the sets become self-aware.
Okay. So that's one thing we're going to do, is we're going to go Streamlabs real quick. Yeah. Hang on. And we're going to turn those off. I turn off every alert except for that one.
So, chat, one thing to keep in mind, we're trying to keep this interactive, so you might notice that the channel rewards have some interesting things in there. You can give us fortune, you can give us misfortune, you can even add a monster to combat. Not that you want to do that.
Don't do that.
Don't tell us.
But there's a lot of things that can happen in there. So if you're a longtime fan of the channel and you've been building up these points and you're like, what do I use these on? Today's your day. Keep it interesting for us. It's kind of, you know.
Yeah, I don't know why that is coming up. The sound popped up, which is not supposed to happen, and the image didn't pop up, which is supposed to happen. And I tested this before, so I have nothing to say except that, hang on.
We're just occasionally going to have the voice to...
We got it.
This is a viral marketing campaign. He's trying to get people to like drop a lot of bits and stuff like that.
Text to speech. I'm going to go all the way down. Thank you so much for the resub. Thank you, 7-month streak. Thank you so much for being such a long-time supporter of this madness. I'm going to save those settings, and we're not going to have any more text to speech. And
You've ruined it for everybody.
hunting. Have a good time hunting. All right, we can delay this for longer. Everyone's just so nervous that I think we could. Thank you. Good luck to the party from chat. All right, y'all.
Thank you, Chad.
Thanks, chat.
We're going to need it.
All right. Dawn on the sleeping sea. Light breaks out, dancing across the gentle waves like the reflection of a chapel's stained glass window, pouring forth the beams of red, orange, and purple across a placid sky. The wind picks up, gentle at first, and then pouring forth into the wide-brimmed sails of a huge, 2-masted brigantine. It presses the ship forward as if to say, "Wake up. Adventure is calling." And the Windfall answers. The rhythm of this gorgeous red oak ship beats along with the sea itself, giving in to the waves and pushing farther and further, feeling, seeking, yearning. Something is out there. With a heave-ho, the crew scurries to work, the salt spraying them in the face as the sweat breaks the threshold of their brow. Like a burning knife, the Windfall cuts through the open water, splitting it as foam sprays across her hull. Pounding waves now bid the Windfall farther and farther, deeper and deeper into the sleeping sea, now woken from its dormant state. On the horizon, shadows loom, the shapes of the fortunes yet to be made. Their blurred outlines only increase the eagerness of those who sail towards them. And rays glisten on them, illuminating the world with a glint of possibility as the sun rises in its full glory, burning bright the path forward to those islands, to these unknown specters which lie in the eye of the hungry and the hopeful, and scream to those who are worthy, "Adventure is here. Are you with me?" Forward drives the maidenhead, her arms stretched out in an ever-grasping pose. She pulls the ship forward as the wind rises once again, drawing with it the crew from below decks, hair spilling in the wind, eyes glistening in the sun baking on their brow. They can feel it now, those aboard the Windfall. Fortune, glory, adventure. How beautiful is it not? The wealth of a world that could be yours. And now, it is. Yes, the Windfall is a fine vessel, but no matter her sails, nor her mast, her hull, the heart that beats beneath her lies with the crew. Some just wake to their duties with the sun, the blood stirring in their veins as they breathe life into the old red oak. Her journey is their journey, And on it they share the same hopes and fears, blood and tears. And the will of the crew becomes as one. We look now at some of these individuals, the burdens they carry, the secrets they hold beneath their tongues, as they give their heart forward to the Windfall. On a ship, order is everything. Parts have pieces. Pieces have a place. And one member has a place for everything. The captain may give orders, the first mate may see the thing done, and one member has a, I'm sorry, but a quartermaster is the one who makes sure that nothing slips through the cracks, or that the cracks themselves don't get too big. Ernie, why don't you go ahead and describe yourself?
So walking around on the top deck of the Windfall, you see there is a short gnome with large mutton chops of kind of a salt and pepper that shifts ever so slightly. You think at first that it's the breeze coming off the water, but the actual pattern of the salt and pepper changes in his mutton chops on his face. He's easy to hear coming because he never wears shoes, and the slapping of feet on the deck is a little bit distinct. He pauses from group to group, going about their task, making a joke, laughing, shaking hands before going. He's got a blue vest on over his white shirt and sort of khaki colored overalls and a nice wide brimmed hat to keep the sun off of his face. Occasionally stopping, picking up a trinket that's fallen on the ground, either returning it to the person nearby or putting it in his pocket if he feels like it isn't, supposed to belong there. And he wanders around, making sure everybody's doing their task, often with a smile.
Mm-hmm. And you have a smile on your face. That is until, of course, you see Darrent. Darrent, this young half-elf who someone let on board the last time you were in Stormport. Morning, quartermaster! He is just dripping with sweat. You can see strains on his outside of him. He's got little tears and folds in his shirt. He looks like he was up all night working. I moved that cargo that you asked me to, which you most assuredly did not. Oh my God, the music got so heavy. This is supposed to repeat. Pardon me. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Darren. You said you moved some cargo.
Yes.
What the fuck did you move? I didn't ask you to move anything.
No, you told. Come below decks.
Did I perhaps use a euphemism that confused you once again?
That depends.
On what a euphemism means?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, why don't you show me what you moved, and then we'll do this education later.
You've got it.
I imagine a lot of euphemisms have gone over your head in your lifespan.
I'm sorry?
Let's keep going.
So, Darrent, look, he's still got a smile. He still thinks he did something good. Kind of leads you below deck. I'm really maxing out in red. You might want to turn me down just a little bit. That might be a little bit better. So, he's got this cocky smile on him, this easygoing, yellow, wavy hair, and he leads you down the second deck, where a lot of cargo is held. And then he leads you even farther to the bottom deck, to the crew deck. And he goes to the bottom deck, and he shows you about 16 crates, heavy, burdensome crates, which are all marked for the second deck. It took all night, and I had to pull some friends off of their extra duty, but we got them all moved right to the third deck, just like you said.
Yeah, I don't really think I said to do that. Why would we do that? Why do you think that you should have done this? If I didn't say to do it, what other possible justification would you have had to wasting both your energy and your friend's time?
So when you said you were going to stuff it in the third deck, what did that mean?
Well, we were playing blackjack. You use more than one deck of cards for that one.
So you're saying that we should
Yeah, okay, hold on. I don't even know what's in these crates. I go over and look at one.
foodstuffs, cargo that you're carrying? For,
Yeah,
like,
bullshit.
trading for?
This one's full of bullshit, and you moved it for no reason.
Where the hell is the spare gunpowder?
You hear the
Oh, yeah.
echoing resonance.
You moved the gunpowder. Oh God, you know, Kai likes two things: shooting gun and shooting things. Which one do you think you are right now?
Oh, he can't shoot me if the powder's in the box, right? And then you hear the
You're
heavy...
standing next to the box.
And then you hear the heavy footsteps coming down to the third deck. Kai.
So as the large figure walks down the stairs, the face is revealed. A large green-skinned orc, his hair tied back into a loose top knot. His face not at all beautiful, just curves and scars. Only one tusk sticks out from beneath his lips, adorned with a golden ring. His large cloak swishes as he walks down. I have been looking and looking and looking through crates on the second deck.
Yeah, you might want to check one of these. Darren here was over ambitious with his evening time. And one of these crates is filled with food, and one of them is filled with explosives. And I've of a mind that we should have Darren take a bite out of each of them until we find the correct one.
Darren, if you put things that can't get moist on the third deck, what do you think happens? He rests his heavy hand on Darren's shoulder.
Roll an intimidation check. First roll of the campaign. Why not?
All right. Ooh, let's see what we got here.
Let's see what
I
this
don't
goes
remember
up
what my intimidation score is. 17.
A 17? He looks at your hand, and that cocky smile just kind of goes, they get moist?
They do. They get moist, yes.
And moist is bad.
Moist means that the cannons don't fire and that your crewmates don't eat.
Also, you die. If our cannons don't shoot, the other cannons on the other ship, they do shoot. And we die.
So,
And you know what we have to throw at the other ship if the cannons don't work? New hires. We have a catapult on the top deck. We just launch people.
okay, hang on. He's gonna roll perception versus your, I don't know, deception.
Sure.
I don't even know if you're lying, but your deception DC.
I don't know, it depends on if there's a catapult on the top deck.
There is now. You're the quartermaster. You spoke it into existence.
Ooh.
I'm gonna roll. No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. 9 doesn't even come close to beating your deception DC, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think so. So,
I am so sorry. I have been up all night, and I thought I was doing something right. I will move them back right as soon as my next shift. I'm gonna go get my 6 hours in my cot, think about what I did, and then I'll move them right back up to the second deck.
well, I mean, okay. You do need some sleep. That does sound like fair labor practices.
He nods.
We're gonna need some muscle. I'm gonna go get Brooke. See if
We can,
help
yeah,
move
we
this
can.
stuff back.
Here, I'm gonna find out which one of these has the gunpowder in it for you. We don't need to move all the gourds.
Speaking of sleep, Wesley, you wake up to the sound of voices, and you are surrounded by crates. It's like, like, you know, there's puzzles in like Mario where you have to move the boxes. It's like the Zelda puzzles where you have to push the crates, but you don't have the strength bracelet. Like, you actually think maybe you yeah, maybe roll perception to see if you think you're in a crate.
Because just surrounded by crate.
What'd you roll? Please. 10. 10? You're not a fool, but you are pretty convinced that you got shipped somewhere overnight.
So it's time to wake up. I thought I heard the bells, so I get up a little over enthusiastic, expecting my boundaries to be restricted.
Tonk.
Holy shit! One of the crates is alive.
There was something around, but it was dark. And when I tried to use the powder to light the lamps, it was volatile.
I try once more, just I guess leaning on my back and kicking this time.
Okay, well, go ahead and roll strength for me. Just straight strength.
15.
15. So right behind Darren, you watch one of the crates, and Darren is going to roll a reflex saving throw to kind of avoid that, and it just hits him in the back. Ah! And like you guys see the very limber legs of Wesley. Go ahead and describe yourself, please.
So you see a quick flash tumble out of the crate that he had just kicked the side out of, and standing up, you see a young human. He's got blonde hair tied back into a ponytail. His outfit is of finery and leathers mixed together in a flexible but protective manner. He's got a green half cape, and the most notable thing on him is a lapel where he has a flower, or on his lapel he wears a flower. On his side he holds a rapier and a buckler when handy. He actually pulls it out of the crate. Luckily someone packed it with him. And he looks around a little confused and turns to Ernie. He's like, "Is this some sort of prank? Did you?"
No, I'm not in charge of this one.
me?
Someone touched my stuff, and I don't.
It wasn't me this time.
I don't like when people move my stuff. We're fixing it. Honestly, we might need your help here in a little bit.
All right. Same rate as last time. You know it's off hours.
Yeah, look, I am not in charge of your pay. We can. Well, I'll bring it up. I'll talk to the captain.
Okay.
And as you're having this conversation, Kai has walked back up deck and is looking around for Brooke to help move some of the boxes around.
Okay.
Where can you be found?
So, Brooks, actually. As the controlled chaos of the ship's crew springs to life. I have to turn this track up, it's so quiet. As the controlled chaos of the ship's crew springs to life, Brooks stands still, statuesque. At the helm, embracing the warm sun, Brooks, your eyes are lit not with the light of the sun, but the echoes of the past. Not the possibility of fortune, but a catatonic gaze that stretches through time and space. Brooks, go ahead and describe yourself and what you're seeing.
So standing white-knuckled at the helm, catatonic, is a young human man, athletic build, tan skin. He wears a simple white tunic with a green vest over top, simple leather trousers, boots and gloves. He's standing there, staring across. He's not sure what he's looking at. He's never been able to figure it out. It's as if he's staring at a great mural that's been painted over with a tacky varnish. It's slowly chipping away and peeling. He can just make something out underneath, but he can't figure it out yet.
And it's to snap you from that daydream. As you're grasping like at the last threads of a fraying knot, as you're just grasping onto that, you hear voices that are so familiar yet so distant from you. You are shaken abruptly out of it. Nope. You're shaken out of it by a voice. Mr. Brooks! And you see Mr. Darrow, the ship's helmsman, come towards you. He is a cold, stern, tall man with sharp features and military kempness to him, although he has never claimed any military service in his life. He has dark black hair and dark gray eyes and always a sour look. And as the helmsman, he is one of the very few individuals that you, as a bosun, answer to. Mr. Brooks, need I remind you how dangerous it is being negligent of your duties, especially at the helm?
I understand, Mr. Darrow. I'm sorry.
And he looks at you, and he looks at your hands, which are literally gripping the helm so tight that I think there's maybe little, you know how the blood vessels start to burst a little bit. He very kindly, but very firmly, and deliberately clasps a hand. We all carry things with us, son. But we see that they don't come to harm those that bear us across the ocean. It's a small space we share. We can't all afford to bring ghosts with us.
Well, sometimes we don't wish to take them with us. They just show up when they want. He takes a step back and says, my shift is probably ending soon anyway. Cordelia mentioned a few loose boards near the kitchens. Maybe I should take a look at that before.
There was some clatter going on down there just a moment ago. Perhaps you should investigate. At ease, I will take the helm. And Mr. Darrow takes the helm and sends you downstairs.
As he walks away, he kind of like shakes his head, like as if he has like a headache, trying to shake that away.
Just a quick one. Victoria Swan, thank you so much for the sub. And also, Wesley Roberts is a fantastic name. Lovely.
It is.
You're winning.
You're winning.
Oh no.
I win. So you step down the stairs of the Windfall, going down to the second deck, which is cargo and galley. You make a quick turn and you see various pots and pans, and I have a thing for this. Down in the galley, there's the beat of another heart, the passion of another soul. Amidst the pots and pans and clamor of mess that comes with the ship at sea, we find the ship's cook. Lionette, what do we see whenever we come into the galley?
You see Cordelia, a tall, thin, elven-looking young woman, very pale skin, and her features are almost a little too sharp for an elf. Her ears a little too long, maybe even her fingers and arms a little too long. And she's kind of mumbling to herself in front of a cabinet that's toppled over. She's sorting out some of the broken dishware and the pots. And as she goes to move things around, her long dark hair actually slides some of the stuff out of her way. And she thanks it and continues fiddling with some of the things. She does also have like an ocean blue eye and then a very unnaturally bright seafoam green eye that occasionally flashes as she's talking to herself and fiddling with everything. Riley and her damn pranks. It's bad enough that she does it everywhere else on the ship, but she has to do it in the kitchen too.
Did you say my name, love? Do you need another hand in the kitchen?
She kind of freezes a little. Riley.
Yeah.
Good morning. I didn't know you were awake yet.
Oh, always up at the wee hours, messing with what's missing and whatnot, cleaning up the messes, trying to keep everything.
And Riley comes up and she just kind of very, very disregarding of your personal space, just rubs you just on the small of your arm, just rub. Honestly, like a little bit more of a massage.
Just making sure everything's ship shape. Yeah, ship shape.
Cordelia kind of shudders a little and it carries through her hair.
The hair just...
Ship shape indeed. What is it exactly that you decided to do to this cabinet?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Come here, over to the pot.
And she says the pot, like it's a communal thing, but it's most definitely your pot, the one that she has. And it is, you've seen in cartoons and stuff like that when there's like bubbling over, there's like oatmeal coming out of the side and foam and stuff. It's very much like rattling around, like there's a bomb inside of it and foam is like coming out the edge. It's like,
Oh, that means it's almost done, it does.
and she goes over and she takes a spoon and she like scoops off, like you can hear the metal coming off the side, like shavings with the soup, and then she like takes it and like choo-choo trains it towards you, but she's also too short because you're very tall and she is a halfling, so she holds it up to you.
Num, num, num.
She takes it, gives it a bit of a sniff. And takes a small taste of it.
It's to call it soup would be difficult because soup is a liquid, and somehow this has the consistency. This has the consistency. You can remember GAC? You guys remember GAC? Hi, this stream brought to you by GAC.
Sponsor us.
It has the consistency of GAC. Like you try to swallow it, but like flubber, it comes back up, and it like
There's definitely an amount of
like it has a will of its own. It's like no, please. And she's like looking at you bright-eyed.
You know, you're onto something, but I think it needs a bit more work.
I made it for Wesley. He was asking for some soft tack the other day.
He was, wasn't he?
I'm gonna go find him and give him a bowl.
Great big bowl.
A good lad he is.
As she's saying that, she takes the pot, which is as big as she is, and she starts waddling down to the bottom deck. And as
dear.
that happens, Brooks, you come downstairs and you see Cordelia. You know when cats get agitated, their hairs on all her hairs just.
Yeah, like as she's walked out, it's.
He knocks on the frame of the door and says, Cordelia, you mentioned some loose boards here?
Brooks, wonderful. There's a bit more than just loose boards this morning. Riley's taken to a bit of a project, and our cabinet has taken the brunt of it. If you could take a look at that, and you look at it, and like chunks of the board have been broken, and that's why it collapsed. Like they're just missing.
Did she use the boards to cook?
I don't know.
What was in that pot?
Soft tack. I'm sure Wesley's going to love it. But no, I don't know what she's done to this.
Alright, yeah, I can check the third deck and see if I can get some more supplies.
I appreciate it, I really do. I'll fix us some tea.
Chung, 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 chung. Oh, drat.
There's a sound of a very particular pot being dropped down many, many stairs.
Oh
And then there's a specific. That is the sound that food spilling should not make. Yet it does. It absolutely does. Wesley, you smell soft tack.
Did the soft tack
And
just
Kai, I need you to make a reflex save because you were going up the stairs, were you not?
I was indeed.
Okay.
He's gonna be so fucking pissed.
How gelatinous cubes are born.
All right, let's see. That is a 14.
A 14 is enough. That's a pass. We'll call it a basic save, so you're going to take half damage.
Oh no.
You take 1 point of,
Gack damage.
I don't know. Gack. Let's call it acid damage.
Oh no. Bludgeoning.
As like, well, you're pretty sure you fought oozes in the past, and you're pretty sure that one has gotten onto the deck until you see the pot and you realize it's Riley. Who does have, if I'm not mistaken, just one arm.
yeah.
So she was carrying that pot with one arm.
She was biting the other handle.
Does
Just
she have a...
No, she doesn't have a hook hand. She's missing the entire
okay,
entire arm.
Mistress, someone show Darren this is what happens if the hardtack gets wet.
Darren says, I understand that now. All right, so Wesley, you're coming downstairs. Sorry, not Wesley. Brooks, you're coming downstairs, and you see Kai covered in green goo.
Soft indeed. I think he's just standing there because he doesn't know if you're like coming up, going down, like where you're moving, and he doesn't want to like be in the way. So he's just kind of like waiting to see where you're going.
with one hand, Kai is reaching down to pick up the fallen cauldron, and with the other hand, he's reaching over to Riley, trying to help hoist her to her feet. And sort of ceremoniously drops both. Brooks, I was looking for you. We could use some muscle below decks. Do you have a moment?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Some crates to carry, and he looks down and picks
Ernie
them.
walks up with a spoon out, grabs some off the ground. Not bad. Yeah, Brooks, I'll show you what we need.
Riley says,
Thanks, love. You always were a fan.
and then she takes Cordelia's pot back upstairs.
Scoops the
Yeah. No, she just leaves it.
Oh.
She does.
Okay.
Use that as
Very carefully going down the stairs. That's not
The stairs are now a permanent hazard. You have to roll a reflex save every time you go
non-Newtonian
down.
fluid
Yeah.
down here. I'm just like,
You'll come back 30 sessions later and the
It's
ooze is
become
like
sentient.
Yeah. You've named it. It's like, oh, that's Charlie. That's our ooze.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Okay, I got confirmation
Charlie, bit
from
my
Cthulhu Kitty
finger.
in chat that everything sounds pretty decent, which is a miracle.
Yay!
Bless.
It worked.
If you want to see how ragtag our setup is, the production photos will be on Discord.
It's being humble. It's great.
It's wonderful. So proud of us. Darren looks at you, Ernie, and he says, did you want to keep yelling at me for a little bit, or should I go take my
No,
rest?
man, the shine's kind of worn off of that. I'm not really that angry. I just don't like when people move things without being given more explicit instruction. Here's the deal. It looks like these 3 crates have stuff that Kai's going to need up. The rest of it, it's like water barrels and food and some stuff that's less important, like some of your personal belongings. But like all of that can wait. So yeah, you go get some sleep. I'll get some people together to move the stuff that has to be moved right now.
Aye, aye. What's your perception DC?
My perception DC is 10 plus, it's plus 7, so 10 plus 7, 17.
17? Good to know. All right, he says, aye, aye, and he goes upstairs.
As a player, I'm like, what does that mean?
What does that mean? I'm just wondering.
yeah,
So,
so
just want to
Brooke,
explain
these-
something for the folks at home. So in Pathfinder Second Edition, there are things called secret rolls. So I'll roll and I can compare it to their DC, and they can roll and compare it to other things DC. It's sort of like rolling a check where they don't know what you're rolling for. So like when you enter a room, I can roll a secret roll to see if they notice anything. It's a lot of that sort of passive skill kind of deal. And a lot of times, like when someone's lying about you, they roll against like your DC to tell if they're lying, or other various things. And it can be a really fun mechanic because I could just be messing with you, or I could be hiding something
Yeah,
deep. So if you see me doing this, it could be real.
Or could not.
It could not.
so Brooks and Kai, this is the one that needs to go up a level on the ship. I would obviously help to carry it, but I'm very small. So,
how convenient.
yeah, it is. But you know, when someone has to go down into the bilges, they never come and get you now, do they?
That is convenient.
So as you guys are cleaning up, Flintlock Wit and Rosamund, your 2 powder monkeys, come down and they're like, "Hey boss, you needed something moved?"
Yeah, these 2 crates back here, and as he's hoisting a 3rd crate.
Boss, says Flintlock, I am not one to complain, but why the fuck are these down here?
Yeah, somebody helped Darren move them
It is-
down
this
here
is
last
working.
night. Who helped move him down here last night? He said
I
he
don't
got some
know.
friends
I was
together.
losing to you and Blackjack.
Yeah, I didn't know that Darren had friends, so I wasn't quite sure who he got to do it.
Rosamund looks. She goes, I'll be honest. I don't know who Darren is.
Yeah, he was. I mean, what's your name again? I'm sorry, I was a joke. Go ahead and carry it up.
And they in fact do.
Rosamund?
Rosamund.
Rosamund. All right, Rosamund. Rosamund. I know Flintlock. He loses money hand over
another
fist.
halfling. Oh no, I'm too small for chores. Sorry. For that wicked bird, you're gonna have a hero point because Chad
Hey.
just frickin' roasted you,
Thank
sir.
you for the hero
I
point.
try and use that excuse in real life. It doesn't work.
All right.
God, that's too good.
So, as you guys are talking, cleaning up, and all this other stuff, eventually you hear Mr. Darrow. You hear 6 bells. Dong, 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 dong. 6 bells means the captain has to make a speech. The captain of the Windfall,
Oh god, this could be an hour.
Melicato the Magnificent, this mysterious, otherworldly being that somehow runs this ship. He makes very few appearances, instead deciding to delegate to his lower commanders. But every morning, he does like to make a speech to the crew, often long, luxurious, and verbose. The crew has ready to waste an hour of their day, if they're lucky.
At the sound of the bells, Wesley decides like he wants to be there first. It takes off.
Okay, Ernie.
Or-
I'm sorry, not Ernie. Wesley, roll perception for me, please.
Perception, you say. 18.
The first thing you notice is the change in the air. You notice the captain's not on deck. And you notice the men are not standing idly by, sleepily ignoring the fact that the captain's about to come give a speech. Instead, you feel it on the skin, on the hairs on your skin, raising like static. The breeze feels wonderful, but it comes with it that deep breath right before a plunge into water. Sprecks of cold. Sprecks? Spreckens of cold. Splats of cold spray across your face. Gale force winds. Barrage of the windfall. You actually slam against one of the masts, and you see Mr. Darrow struggling to keep control of the helm. Rain becomes pouring down in sheets. It was sunshine only moments ago. Something is not right. The alarm bell rings. Dun 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 dun! All hands on deck! All hands on deck! What do we do?
I pull out my signal whistle and I start giving loud blasts on my whistle to get the crew to their posts.
And they scramble for it. All right. I'm gonna get you last, Wesley, since you were up there first.
Okay, so Kai is still holding the crate that he was trying to transport. Runs up the stairs, kind of like sliding it to the side as he runs up all the way up to the deck to see what is going wrong up here.
Everything is going wrong. The Sleeping Sea is notable. It is a sea in the Eurasian Ocean about. It's juxtaposed between 3 different continents, and trade is very free between these continents because the Sleeping Sea is considered such an easy voyage for so many people that has calm seas, never really been any big storms. The winds are always fair, but this, while not unheard of, is such a rare occasion. And to sneak up on you like this, you feel it in your bones. As a follower of the mistress, as the drowned mistress, you feel it shaking in you. Something wants this storm.
This is not right. Mistress, please spare us. And seeing that one of the ropes has become untied from its peg and a sail corner is flapping in the wind, Kai darts forward to catch the rope and attempt to start tying it.
Fantastic. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me. This might help you.
All right, this is going to be a 22.
22. Whoosh, you go ahead and you pull it tight and taut. And to get that sailor's knot actually double tied in there, and you curse Darren because he's certainly tied this before when it came undone. All right, Brooks.
Brooks also carrying a crate, kind of tosses it to the side as well, and he's running past the crew quarters and stops, and then runs in and grabs his glaive very quickly. That's leaned against the corner of the wall, along with his armor, kind of in a pile. He leaves the armor because he doesn't have time to put it on. He grabs the glaive and runs up to the top.
All right, you're sprinting up there, Cordelia.
She goes to step out of the galley, and she's got 2 cups and sees Brooks dash past her. Kind of looks at it, hands it back to her hair, and her hair goes and puts it back where it belongs as she, ties her cardigan a little tighter and hurries up after him.
All right, when you reach the top deck, Wesley, actually, as you reach the top deck, I need everyone to go ahead and roll me a fortitude saving throw.
Oh shit.
Fortitude save.
Am I good at that?
No. God.
Constitution?
Fortitude.
Do we have that?
Yep.
Fortitude. We're playing Pathfinder, sir. Cordelia.
I had it backwards.
Not natural 20.
Chat, feel free to ask your Pathfinder 2nd Edition questions in chat, and we will answer them.
It's
a great system.
If
It's
you're
my
a
favorite
fan
system.
of fantasy RPGs and you've not played Pathfinder 2e, of the traditional D20 fantasy games that I have personally played, this is my favorite one out of all of them. The math is very good, the mechanics are very solid, and there's so much versatility to the builds. So 20, not natural. All right, dirty 20.
12.
12?
Big old 15.
15?
13.
14.
Okay, as the lowest one. So, as you all... Huh?
I had
Lowest.
12.
Yeah. As the lowest roller, Brooks, rain's coming down in sheets. lightning cracks across the sky, and then it smashes across the bow of the ship, splintering red wood going everywhere. The waves, which are uncharacteristically high, are sloshing onto the deck, taking on more water than expected even at the high seas, let alone this deep into the sleeping sea. This near an island, it's unheard of for the waves to break like this. As a wave hits you, it pounds against you and a crewman right next to you. I need you to make a perception check for me, please.
If I see better, maybe I won't fall off like you will. Oh, that was a good one too. Dang it. That's worse. That's worse. 12, 13. 12.
A crewman flies off the side of the ship. At the same time, you stumble and your glaive flies the other way. What do you do?
Wait, so he's flying off?
You stumbled.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And your glaive flies out of your hand over the side of the boat. Your glaive. At the same time, a crewman, you can't see who in the pouring rain, just a silhouette, stumbles over. It could be one of your party, it could be a random crewman, it could be Darrent.
Is Darrent worth a
What do you do?
Brooks, as he's running up to this and then gets knocked over, he has that familiar, like, sort of ringing in his ears that he gets whenever he sees something about to happen. And then as both the crewman and the weapon fly overboard, he's going to cast Athletic Rush.
Okay.
Which is one of his focus skills. This is kind of like a flavor thing, so I don't know.
Let's hear it. I love flavor.
So
I'm
this
a ramen packet.
spell,
Sprinkle it on me.
this spell fills my body with physical power and skill. I get plus 10 bonus to speed and plus 2 bonus to athletics. And as part of casting this spell, I can make a stride, leap, climb, or swim.
Fantastic. So as you cast a spell and this athletic ability pours into you, your muscles surge, your veins pulse, you feel this divine sort of weird energy overcome you. You can either pass this skill check for free and grab one of the things, or you will roll with fortune to try and rescue both.
I want to do that.
All right, roll for both. The DC is really high.
And what is this in athletics? What is
Athletics.
This? Athletics. Okay.
You have fortune on this roll.
Oh, and I have a bonus to this. Okay. Natural 20!
That's a natty 20, baby!
So a total of 29.
A 29 is a crit success.
Nice.
Would you like to describe it, or would you like me to?
You go ahead.
All right, so
paint me a
Brooks-
picture with your words.
Brooks jumps over the side of the deck, just consumed with athletic energy. He snatches onto the glaive, and using it, you strike like a warrior priest of old, sliding in between the planks of the Windfall,
I'll fix
and
that
then
later.
doing like the old video game swinging mechanic. You like swing forward, and like as your hand's still on one side of the glaive, snatch the back scruff of Flintlock Wit, one of the powder monkeys.
I'm glad we saved him.
No, you got a halfling, so at least you saved
Yeah.
him. Just then, thunder crashes once more, and you see the shape of an island not far from you, and you hear this terrible, bemoaning cry.
What the fuck is that? No,
You
seriously, Kai, have you heard that before?
You can't tell if it's creature or horn or some other natural phenomena. But what you do know is you don't have time to parse it out. As the thunder crashes, a wave strikes the Windfall once more, and the ship doesn't just take on water. It capsizes. The Windfall dips. And the last thing you all remember as it goes into the plunging depths of cold is, what the hell was that sound?
Well, thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Bye.
Good campaign.
Great campaign.
Ah, fuck.
So,
All
new-
those crates
new
on the
characters?
third deck are probably going to the bottom of the ocean.
Everything.
Well,
They'd be dry
Alright, so
on the
I'm
second
going to turn
deck.
this up for chat, and then I'm going to turn this down. I'm sorry to cutscene you guys like that, but the story doesn't happen if you don't
Sure,
get off the
yeah,
ship.
Yeah, no worries.
I wanted to use my spell that always makes sure that a ship stays afloat.
You joke, but eventually.
I cast Save Ship.
Save ship. I feel like that sounds like a Pathfinder spell.
Yeah.
Save ship sounds like a real thing.
Pathfinder spells are
chat spell,
very
right?
specific.
Create boat.
Create boat. That is definitely a spell. I have seen that
100%
spell.
I had the. Remember, I used that
There's a
feather
feather
token
token,
that
yeah.
makes a boat.
I almost got one.
What I'd like for everyone to do now is please roll a fortitude saving throw to see who wakes up first.
See if your character lived.
Hey, you want to know what's really funny about
was that?
prepping for 4, 5, 6 hours this morning?
That went on me.
Is I didn't grab y'all's character tokens.
Ooh.
Oh.
No. Are they in a
They're in the office if you want to go grab them, or at least some stand-ins.
Are they in a big clump together?
Just find whatever you can for right now, and we'll find the rest at break. So, let's go around and hear your fortitude saves.
14.
27.
12?
11. 21, he said.
Is he the highest?
Yeah, 27
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
highest.
for sure.
Brooks, you're going to come to first.
No, I'm
27.
Oh, 27. Wesley. You feel bad. Your bottom half feels pretty good. It's like warm and soft, but then it gets very cold briefly, and then warm and soft, and you realize it's waves lapping on you like a blanket. Slowly the tide coming in and rolling off this warm beach water. Your face, as your eyes kind of stumble open, are gritty sand. You wipe your face and your eyes can barely make out where you are. You're on a beach. What do you do?
So around me is it like shipwreck? Do I see people?
Wonderful. Roll a perception check. I'll tell you exactly what you see, sir.
22.
22 is pretty good. You stand up.
Yeah, I mean I would once I like
So-
got my footing.
You're just kind of like bearing and getting your surroundings, and you kind of stand up and parse out what's around you. You're down a ways, maybe 40, 50 feet from what is not a ship, but you do see chunks, huge chunks of wood, maybe driftwood, maybe pieces of a ship. You see cargo definitely marked from the Windfall, and you see these huge patches of sand, mounds. Could be natural phenomenon, could be like things where like animals made their little houses, but like disturbed sand essentially. Big, thick, more muddy patches that look like they're difficult to travel through. There's large chunks of driftwood and scattered bits of crate, and you can see belongings scattered around you. Fish up and pull out your rapier, luckily, that you had it in your hand at your side. You do make out the shapes of your crew. You see Kai, you see Brooks, you see Cordelia, you see Ernie. All of them seemingly unconscious or dead, laying face down in the sand, scattered 30, 40, 50, 60 feet from you in various directions. Some of them closer to the water, some of them are closer to this almost jungle-like growth that's only about 50 feet to you, to the north.
And how close would the like biggest piece of wreckage, like is it like still floating like out in the water, or it has mostly come to the shore?
It looks like, I don't know, like a 2x4 size piece of the Windfall. Nothing like half a ship or anything like that.
Okay, because that would change my plan.
You do notice, most interestingly enough, as you're gathering around and looking, you're like, wait a second. You see a boat, not a ship, but a skiff, a longboat, a canoe, like a emergency boat, essentially. And it's laden with things, like stuff, and you hear the sound of more things being loaded. And then you see Darrent over the unconscious form of Ernie, just kneeling over him.
I address Darren. Is he breathing?
Oh, fuck! Darrent looks up. He's, and you see him touch Ernie's chest again, like making eye contact with you, and he's like rubbing Ernie on the chest. He's still alive!
Alright, go check the others, and I'll keep an eye on him. I don't know, got weird vibes, and you know, Darren needs help.
Okay,
in a lot of
roll
situations.
perception, please.
It's 24.
24. You know, it's interesting. Who's this one? Brooks?
I just grabbed 5.
Thank you. It's interesting. He might have argued that he was trying to help Ernie or wake him up. But you know Ernie's satchels. And it's so curious because one's in Darren's hand right now. And as your perception kicks in, your mind starts functioning a little bit. Oh, a little bit more. The game wants us to fight. The game wants us to fight. That's what wants you to fight a little
He's
bit
got
more.
my satchel.
It's
We're
happening.
fighting.
Ernie's hand just shoots up.
I'm gonna get the music thing under control.
It's becoming self-aware.
It becomes aware that it's definitely Ernie's satchel, and he throws it into the boat, and he says, "Yeah," and he pulls out this sort of like scimitar. He's
I rush him.
I need you to roll initiative. And let's get that battle cam going live. The computer decides it's time to roll initiative. Yeah. I know, right? All right, y'all, let's see if this battle cam works. And we are gonna turn it on.
Where are we? So we woke
There we go. All right.
and Darren was looting Ernie.
So you are about 60 feet away on the beach. This is gonna be the stand-in for Wesley right now.
Wesley was the first.
Oh, is it frozen? Oh no.
We got frozen cam.
We got frozen cam,
Which one?
Which one?
Battle.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Battle cam.
battle cam. Fixing.
I thought it was one of these. I was
Okay,
like,
sorry,
oh
you
god.
guys-
Is there
These cameras were working
Alright,
beautifully.
You got a USB, it is time to roll initiative.
Oh,
Is there a USB-C in the back?
I can find. Oh goodness, I can find one.
It's time! Alright, actually I would like everyone to roll initiative at this moment, and we'll do that while we're getting the cam hooked up real quick. Remember, initiative in Pathfinder is a perception check, not dexterity. Unless-
One of the cool wrinkles about Pathfinder is you can kind of make a little argument that you should be able to roll initiative with a different skill. So like, if I, as a rogue, am stealthed, I could do a stealth check for my initiative instead. Or if like, we were rapidly ascending a cliff, you could maybe say, can I use my athletics? If you're trained in it and it feels right to your character.
Yeah, so like if someone's trying to intimidate, you can use your intimidation for initiative. All right, so let me try and get this set up a little bit where we can see. So this is the beach right here. We've got the whole beachfront property. All right, and this is gonna be Darren with the 2 swords right there. And then you are gonna be rushing him.
It is important that I get my satchel back.
Probably.
All right, now that you guys can see.
Which one's Darren?
Darren's the one with the
Over
2
next,
swords.
Next to the
This
ding.
This is going to be you
Box.
over
I don't
here,
trust him.
Wesley, with the 1 sword, this really distant shape over here. And then everyone else, you are lying in these different puddles. So this is Ernie, this is Brooks,
That's me.
this is you, Cordelia. Oh, and this is Kai. This is, the most piratey one is Kai. I don't know what I did with your actual minis, and I don't know why I'm a bad DM, but here we are. All right.
Oh, you're not bad, DM.
I don't like
couldn't
the
find them.
I don't like the inflection there.
Solid B minus.
All right, y'all are seeing how the potato salad is made now. We're trying to get some of that isometric shot.
So immersive.
So immersive. We set this up beforehand for no reason, because we're just going to change it right now while we're live.
Well, that was always going to be the
That was
way.
always the case, right?
It's okay, we'll fix it in post.
The
We'll
le-
fix it in post.
We're doing it live.
Not
If you'd
bad.
like to see more of Sonic and
leg's gonna
Thumbs,
fall
please
off.
sub now.
More thumbs, more
Whoa,
better.
make them pay for that.
That was just a sneak peek.
All right,
This stream brought to you by Scroll Share.
stop. You're fired. All right, let's get some initiative rolls, and I'm gonna go ahead and roll for old boy here. Oh, okay. 30 to 25. 30 to 25.
Not I.
Don't love that silence.
When he says words like we roll high.
Ethan's Art's good, just subbed, so you get more thumbs. Thank you so much. Ethan Art's good. All right. No one rolled 30 to 25?
Nope.
25 to 20.
I rolled
22.
23.
Okay, we got Cordelia,
Ooh.
Ernie,
Yep.
I gotta remember what I could
then.
do.
Yeah.
All right, everyone else, because I know where my guy's going.
17.
Wesley,
14?
Brooks. I can't
Nine.
write on this because I'm shaking the camera.
9?
Gotta get those thumbs, baby. All right. And then where were you, Kai?
9.
All right. All right. Let's do this. And then Darren. All right. So how this works is because you didn't wake up on time, it's not gonna take your whole turn. I'm not gonna take your whole turn away from you. You're slowed 1, so your 1 action is gonna be to wake up, and you'll have your other 2 actions. The way that combat works in Pathfinder is you have 3 actions. You can move 3 times, you can attack 3 times, or you can do an activity. Activities take 2 to 3 actions, so they're like more powerful things that take up multiple like points you can spend. If you play games with like action points, it's very similar to that. All right, so first up is going to be Cordelia. You come to for your first action. You're just like, ugh. And you hear the lawnmower outside that is surely ruining everything. But as you come to... Why are we weed whacking on a Saturday?
It's fine.
All right.
Saturday?
Well, like at 4 o'clock, you know?
Is that sound again?
Is that sound? All right, go ahead.
How immersive.
You're waking up. I'll pan to you.
All right, she'll stand up.
Uh-huh.
Or actually, all my stuff's 2 actions. Do I... Wrong side. Do we
Standing is
see...
an action. Crawling is an action.
Okay, Ernie, you're like over here in front of Darren.
Do we see...
Oh, Chester,
Oh,
they
okay,
can't hear
so
the
that
mower.
one's
That's
Darren.
amazing.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
Huh?
I was confused as to
Ernie,
which was Darren. So
Darren
this one?
is right here,
Okay.
yes. I say, Darren's right there.
And he's pulled his weapons,
He has a scimitar out, like, yeah.
like standing over Ernie?
Standing over Ernie, like, his face.
Okay.
As you come to, like, I know it's disorienting, like, you just woke up, but you have enough, like, battle sense and, like, life knowledge, like, this is not Darren that you saw on the ship. Like, his face is, like, hard instead of that easygoing, cocky smile.
Okay, so instead of standing up, because I realize now that's going to take one of my actions.
Yeah. So, like, you're in the mud right here.
Yeah, I'm going to look up and see him standing over Ernie.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to go ahead and her seafoam green eye flashes. And she's going to cast Ill Omen on Darren.
Ill Omen. All right, tell the people what the Ill Omen does.
He needs to make a will save.
Will save. Natural 1, critical fail.
Ooh, okay.
Oh boy.
So what that means on a critical failure, every time during the duration of the spell, so as long as I maintain it, he has misfortune on all attack and skill checks.
Attack and skill checks?
Yep.
So he is
That's so good.
completely fucked right now.
Yep.
Okay,
That is
good
so
to
good.
know. All right, so again, I'm going to do a little Pathfinder explaining. Pathfinder has crit successes and crit failures. You can do that either by succeeding or failing by 10 or rolling a natural 1 or a natural 20. It's pretty fantastic because you get additional effects if you fail really bad, and you get additional effects if you succeed really good. So you might completely shrug off a spell instead of taking half damage. And it's a really wonderful type of mechanic. I really enjoy it. All right, I'm pulling up his character sheet real quick. I
Okay,
have so much stuff pulled up right now.
So the duration is 1 round, so it's everything he does for the next round.
The next round, he's gonna have he's gonna have misfortune on every single thing. Glad to know it.
Instead of the first one. I see.
Yep.
All right, wow, that's really good. Next up in initiative, we are gonna go to Ernie as you come to. Your eyes snap open, and you see Darren with a scimitar, but he's got this shadow of an omen over him, this dark cloud, and he looks like he's got a headache. His vision is confused. But he is looking at you with lethal intent, and in fact, his eyes kind of snap open. Oh shit! As you come to. Oh, and his other hand, he has your satchel.
Yeah, that's important to me. Before Ernie's eyes even open, his hand darts to his throat, then checks to see that he's still got the straps of his backpack on, goes to the bandolier, and then he reaches to the side pouch, and it's not there, and his eyes flare open. Looking up at Darren here, is the satchel in his hand?
Satchel's in one hand and a scimitar in the other.
Okay. I've gone before him, so he is currently
He's flat-footed.
flat-footed to me.
Yes.
So I am going to
I'm ready for it.
immediately just reach up and grab the satchel out of his hand. I'm just
Okay.
going to try that first.
That's gonna be against his fortitude. It's athletics versus fortitude DC.
Disarm.
That's it. I'm using the disarm action.
Yeah.
So that's going to be athletics versus his fortitude.
Fortitude DC.
Against a reflex DC.
Oh, it's reflex DC. Go ahead. He's better at that, so good.
The athletics is an 18
18
against his reflex DC.
His reflex DC. You snatch the satchel. That's your one action. You snatch the satchel. You have one action left.
And then with my quick draw feature, I say, you're going to lose your fingers for that. And I pull a dagger and I slash at his hand.
Okay, go ahead.
That's going to be a 20 to hit.
Snatch the satch. A 20 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right, so the dagger that I just drew is going to do, and then precision damage, because he is flat-footed, so I get the sneak attack. That is going to do 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. He's bloodied.
Oh, wow.
So
He's just a guy.
he's just a guy. So you say you're gonna lose some fingers for that, and Ernie, because of quick draw, it allows you to draw and swing in the same slides. So Ernie, quick as a flash, snatches, and then the blade comes out. He doesn't have time to move his hand. He still thinks he's holding the satchel, but when he pulls back reactively, like he's reacting like he's pulling the satchel away, he looks. Not only is there no satchel, but these 3 fingers are gone, and there's just.
Yeah, he deserved that.
And he just like sort of screams a little bit. All right, that's both your actions, and you're no longer slowed. That's gonna bring us to Wesley with Brooks on deck.
It's me?
Yeah.
You said he's how far away?
He looks like about 5, 10, 15, 20. He's about 40 feet from you.
Okay, well, I'm a stride.
Wait, I have the stick.
The stick.
Behold, chat. The stick. All right, let's see.
TM.
TM. Oh,
I have to stride twice.
he's 55 feet from you.
55? Alright, I'll stride twice and reach him.
Okay, stride
I
twice.
have a
You're
speed
there.
of 30.
Okay, you had to step into the patch of mud. I want you to go ahead and roll a reflex saving throw.
Okay.
You're good at that,
Yep.
I think. I just made that up. I don't know if it's true.
29.
29. All right. So you step on it and you're like, you pull out your rapier and you're about to like.
I don't have my rapier yet. I'm
sorry.
bracing myself to tackle him.
Okay, so as you're going to tackle him, you don't miss stride only because I don't know, like a frog on drugs. You cannot have spring up as reactively you're like something's beneath me. Out of the ground beneath Wesley, a decayed, clawed hand snatches out what looks like a zombified or some sort of like corrupted, decayed hand burst out.
Well, I would like to use my momentum from spring to attempt a grapple on this.
Go for it, absolutely.
So athletics versus reflex.
Darren summoned zombies.
That's 27 versus his reflex.
20. Oh boy, he tackled. He's big tackled, y'all.
Okay. If it is a success or
It is a 17 versus his reflex.
yes.
You said 27?
No, his fortitude. My bad, not reflex.
Oh, that's a crit success.
Okay, then he is restrained until the end of my next turn, unless I move or they
It's a
escape.
metal.
Okay, so Wesley, whoa, jumping over this zombified hand, which just popped
So
out of this
I like
mud
land on his
patch.
shoulders, then like do a flip, and then
And he's like slapping at you with the bloody like
or
hand. Yeah,
Great, that's better for stabbing.
much better for stabbing.
not my intent.
So his turn is after Brooks. Brooks, you are up.
Is my glaive like next to me,
Oh, your glaive?
or is it just somewhere that I don't know? Is my glaive just somewhere I don't know?
Your glaive, because you recovered it in that event, you do have your glaive by your side.
It's just a piece.
Everyone
of
else, your
sticking
equipment
out.
might be somewhere else.
Okay, he's gonna stand up.
Scattered in this ruggage.
He's gonna stand up,
Rubble.
and then
Stand
so
up.
that's an action.
Okay, that's one action.
And then my second action, I'm going to walk or stride in front of Cordelia.
Oh, that's crit success.
You have 25.
Yeah. And then I'm like reaching down to help her up, but I can't do that because it's an action, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
So that is my like, I'm doing that.
Can you, this is usually take an action, but I'm going to give this to you for free. Can you just roll a perception check real quick?
Perception.
Perception.
15.
15? Okay. Nothing seems out of place
14.
to you. 14? Yeah, nothing
means
seems
you
out of place to you.
didn't
You
pass.
do, you do stand vigil in front of Cordelia now, so you're staying in front of her. All right, Cordelia, you're supposed to go first, yes?
I did.
She.
You
I-
currently
yeah.
evil-eyed him, that's right.
No, I have ill omen.
Yeah, ill
but
omen.
Yeah.
My bad.
All right, so that would bring it to Darren's turn. I was making sure you didn't get skipped because I have such a bad habit of that. Darren is going to try and move backwards. He's going to use all
He's
of his...
restrained. Can he move?
He can't move. He has to try and escape.
Yeah, so
He's gonna make his attack against
it's
you.
either an escape check or an unarmed strike
Yeah.
versus me, and he has misfortune.
Yep.
He's like literally struggling and slapping at you. There's just blood smearing all over the side of your arm. He rolled pretty decent.
Misfortune.
Misfortune! Oh, no. Oh, no. Ah! So he struggles and he says, please, please. He's got nothing much left.
My escape DC is
Oh,
20.
yeah. No, he did not make that. So as he's struggling, he's like trying to beat across your arms. He's like, please, please. I have stuff. I have things. I'll split them with you. Things I've stolen over the past couple weeks on the night crew.
I just say shh, and like tighten my grip around his neck.
Only
There's
truth
not
now.
much else he can do. So, it would be Kai's turn. But Kai, unfortunately, before your turn, I have stuff and things. Your stuff and things. The blood from his hand goes drip, drip, drip. And at the delicious, delectable little fingies that Ernie left on the ground, you see
Zoidberg.
what looks almost humanoid, but with a chitinous crab-like face and little dingly bits at the mouth. You see one tentacle come out and snatch a finger, and then 5 tentacles come and grasp the others, and then you hear the snip, snap, snip, snap, as rising out of the water, eager to have another taste of that good Darren flesh.
Well, that sounded like
Is
three
this-
actions to me.
Is this gigantic? It's not Zoidberg. It's much worse. Is some sort of crab-like being. Its first action was to eat the fingies. Its next action is going to move into Darren, and then it's going to use
The source.
Yeah, the source.
He's like above my shoulder because
Yeah.
from this angle it should be me between the two.
Well, yeah, you're like holding it. I guess it's actually shorter than you. It's not, despite the size of the mini, it's not that big, but it is like a 5-foot-long lobster-looking creature. Has this angry-looking face. The good. These tentacles like feel out, and it actually kind of slurps in like between your arms, and you can see it like. And it's gonna try and have some Darren for dessert. Oh, 16 plus.
Oh gosh.
He's restrained. So
Plus 9. Oh, he's restrained, so he's flat-footed. So 16 plus 9 is going to be a 25.
He's no longer
And
bloody.
Darren has an AC. That's a crit!
Oh, he's no longer bloody.
trying to kill you, man.
Oh no! So you're trying to save Darren, and Darren says,
I'm indifferent.
"Please, I have treasure." And like as you're restraining him, you're a good wrestler. You've got him like held up. You watch as Darren, like a Capri Sun pouch, gets slurped, and now this crab creature is like got him
I didn't mean to.
like yeah. You turn around and there's a 4-foot lobster behind you.
Great
just
job,
like,
Wesley.
So now that's here, and Darren is out of the initiative.
I'm gonna hold him down, and his blood's gonna rise to the top.
Rise to the top. So Kai, you come to, and as you come to, you are the one in the closest proximity. You wake up and see Darren, who you don't know betrayed everyone. You just see Darren, your crewmate, getting slurped up by a 4-foot lobster. Like noodles,
Like a
he is
little
getting
juice
pulled
box.
into. Yeah.
Like a Gogurt.
Like a Gogurt. That good.
Wordlessly, Kai's gonna feel around him, looking for his Giselle. And it's there.
Oh no, there's no Giselle in your current position.
Fine. In that case, what do that will work? I do. And in that case, I will. I guess I'm gonna draw a dagger and rush, but I don't. That's basically all I can do.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna stand drawing a dagger and
Darren! Oh, did you? All right. So
You
one
draw
action
one.
you draw your
Yeah,
dagger, and the other action
exactly.
you rush the giant crab-like creature. All right. There you go. That's gonna bring us to the others.
The who?
Zombies.
Oh no.
Let's step on the beach zombie.
All right.
Stepping on the beach.
One thing you notice about
I'm
these
still in the
zombies
puddle.
is they look like old sailors. No one from the Windfall. These are far too decayed and too old. Their white, bloated bodies have this stain of yellow like someone put Cheeto powder all over them. Cheetos sponsor my show. They actually have this like yellow powder all over them, and it's like definitely tucked between their eyes. And you can see in their veins they have this like root-like thing, like vines growing into their veins. So one's gonna burst up from the ground as one action. From here.
Oh no!
He's gonna say hello to Cordelia.
No.
I'm not gonna move the camera like that. We'll have a better battle cam next time.
I know
I'm not
my
gonna
name.
move that much. All right, so he is gonna try and attack Cordelia since you are, in fact,
Good.
yeah, you're gonna be flat-footed. So, ooh,
I don't know what I need to subtract. from my AC.
that's bad. He's gonna try his second one. 16 versus your AC, your flat-footed AC.
That hits.
Dang. Just
That hits.
Yeah, just
Okay,
barely.
as you're
no,
hit,
'cause
you're
it
gonna take
would
a
be
little bit of
15.
damages. You're gonna take 4 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
You are grabbed,
I
and
don't like that.
oh no,
Oh.
What do you
Oh,
know?
no.
I don't like when he says "oh no."
He said
oh no.
He says it a lot.
I need you to roll.
Oh.
Oh
no.
boy, a will save for me.
Oh.
Does it grab automatically, or it has like
The
the
grab feature.
Grab?
No, it has grab with it.
But it's also me rolling, so.
Oh yeah.
And some
No.
allow you to grab
What'd you roll?
I rolled 1 for a total of 8.
You rolled 1,
Uh-huh.
so that brings you down. So even though you rolled a 1, even if you passed, that
know.
would bring it down instead of failure. So that's a critical fail.
Cool.
On a critical failure,
You have your
got
backup
it.
character ready, right?
you are
The
fascinated.
fingers all over again.
You are fascinated. So fascinated.
Oh.
Let me read it to you real quick. As you are fascinated, you have -2 to perception and skill checks. You can't use anything that has the concentrate check.
Oh.
And
Pretty much most of my stuff.
unless it's related to your source of your fascination, and it only ends if it makes a hostile action towards you. I'll tell you this one thing: you are completely and utterly fascinated, and this will not wear off until you manage to find a way for it to wear off.
They do.
We gotta
You-
smack her out of it.
You want nothing more, Lionette, than to go to this spot right here.
Okay.
You're just like, this yellow pollen gets in your eyes as it scratches at you, and you're like, I must go to there. I must.
I'm
All right.
good to there.
The other one that's burst forth is going to try and swash at Swash. It's going to try and swipe at Wesley.
I try and wash you.
It's going to try and swash at you.
AC 20.
AC is 20, miss, and then second attack is going to be 12. That's going to miss too. So it's slow and it's weak,
wait,
and you can
auto
see the
hit, I'm like
vines
auto
just
suppress
barely...
It just cuts through the rest of Darren's
Yeah, he
body.
cut the rest of Darren's
It's
body on
different.
accident. And not managing to actually get the hit. Alright, that's it for the Zombers. Let's go up to Cordelia. You are fascinated.
And I gotta get in that jungle.
You gotta get in that jungle.
Yeah, I stand up and
Okay.
haul ass.
How fast is your movement?
30 feet.
Oh no!
Oh, you're fast.
So I'm
Yeah.
60 feet into that jungle.
Okay, you get into the jungle. Others can't see it because it's hidden. But Cordelia, I'll describe what happens to you. You walk forward. You can see tendrils pouring out into the ground. Yellow pollen hangs in the bushes. And to you, that yellow pollen feels like coming home. There's a plant with these wispy tendrils rising out of it, puffing this yellow spores into the air. And it looks so inviting. As you get close to it, you are very close to it, and you do not want that. I was thinking if it had a reaction to do this. It does not have a... You are so lucky it does not have a reaction to do this. All right.
As you get close to it, you are very close.
As
to
you
it.
get too close to it, you can see, and you just want to jump into it. Like a Venus flytrap, you want to be inside of it.
Wonderful.
All right, lovely.
That's Esther, and I want a hug.
All right, yeah. Ernie, you're up, bud.
Well, goddamn. All right. I actually have not
shit,
yet
your
stood
back's to
up.
me.
So
Yep,
I'm gonna
you have
stand
not.
up as an action.
There's a
Okay.
Lobstrosity and zombie.
The lobstrosity
down
and the
to-
zombies, yes.
All right.
So I like,
All right, you're
I
up.
like used your hand to help me up and just booked
Let's
it.
see. You're fighting the lobstrosity.
I don't know. It's behind me.
Oh, I see. You are
Is that
holding
Pathfinder
Darren,
creature
who just
type
got eaten by it.
Yeah.
It is now.
It's separate from a monstrosity. And
Let's see. Can I even see Cordelia all the way over there?
Yeah, that's what I wonder is.
She is obscured from you. She is
I'm gone.
she is undetected. Yeah, you can't see her.
Would her movement
I mean, Brooks
have been
would.
something that would trigger like alarms.
Well, I mean, he was on the ground facing that way, so I'm like, this guy is like, she went into the jungle, man. You can't see her unless you spend a perception check to actually see her. So she's like concealed from you.
I am going to.
If you try and target her, it's a flat check to even hit her with anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull my short sword and run around. I'm gonna try to get flanking on the lobstrosity.
You can do that, absolutely.
Run around.
You can like get on top of this little crate here.
So
What's your speed? 25?
25.
Okay, that's enough.
And then I'm gonna use my third action to attack the lobstrosity.
Go for it.
With
you have flanking?
with the short sword. Yeah, and I'm.
Let's get in real close in that lobstrosity.
Getting that flat-footed action.
He's ready for his close-ups.
He
that's
was
still a
the
little bit
good
rough.
good all along.
He was the good the whole time.
15 versus its flat-footed.
15 versus its flat-footed AC is going to miss.
Miss.
It
All right.
hits its chitin shell and the blade bounces off the side of it. It's got some thick armor.
Yeah, he's
and
ready
it
for a
seems to
second.
not even notice that you attacked it. It's still slurping up Darrent
That's frankly better.
for now.
All right, that's my 3 actions.
That's your 3 actions? Good. Let's move on. That's going to bring us to Wesley.
Okay. What I was trying to say is like, I kind of want to follow her. Would it make sense? I feel like
Did you see her?
I'm facing that way.
You just saw her run into the woods. So.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I think that would be unusual behavior.
Okay. Yeah. If you think it's absolutely.
Yeah,
man.
I don't want to. All right.
No, you're not metagaming.
so-
I think you see it unusual.
I'm gonna follow after her. I have a speed of 35 right now.
She is that's not right. She is 70 feet from
So I
you.
can get to her with the 2 strides.
2 strides, you get into the jungle, and you see yellow pollen painted over the trees, covering up everything. These vines going deep into the earth, and you assume that these vines are leading to these giant mounds where you saw the zombies. And you can see this yellow pollen spraying in the air. It's underneath Cordelia's eyes, in her nose, on the top of her lips, and she is walking straight forward to this giant pitcher plant looking thing with these wispy tendrils hanging off the sides.
This is an action to hold my breath.
Is it an action to hold your breath? No.
Okay, because if the pollen in the air.
Mm-hmm.
hold
There
my-
is much pollen,
I
yes.
would hold my breath and then strike at it.
Okay.
This big plant, right? That seems to be reducing it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like any of that. So the strike is going to be a 25.
A 25? That does in fact hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
6.
6 damage.
Piercing.
All right. 6 piercing. Your blade flies out and slices off one of the tendrils of this big pitcher plant looking creature. That kind of
2
withers.
rounds of air. I can hold my breath for 175
You got it.
rounds.
All right. That's it for for you. Let's
Yeah,
go to
that was
Brooks. Brooks, you are up.
How many minutes is that?
17 and a half.
You can hold your breath for 17 minutes?
We love
Yes.
it.
He's a breathy boy.
Oh, okay. So basically I was like reaching down to help Cordelia and she used my hand to get up and then ran away and I was like,
Bye, bitch.
I think he's going to call after her, but then the zombie's in his way.
Uh-huh.
And as he's calling after her, he kind of like has that twinge again.
Uh-huh.
For all intents and purposes, mechanically he is cursed right now because he used a focus spell.
Okay.
So I have, if I don't make a strike on my turn, then I have penalties to AC and skill checks, I
you
think.
have
So
to
I'm going
attack.
to, I'm going to cast Magic Weapon
Okay. Magic
on myself.
weapon.
So he's going to call after Cordelia, and then this thing's in his way, so he's going to run a hand over his glaive that kind of glows with like a gray mist. And then he's going to attack.
That's going on over here. Dynamic battle cam.
Magic weapon.
My God.
11?
11? Does not hit.
Dang it.
It's close.
You still made a strike.
Yeah, it does not
I did
hit.
make a strike, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing armor also.
Is that it for you?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're not wearing your armor.
No. Well, I
'Cause-
mean,
Yeah, you didn't put it on. And then the ship capsized. That happened. All right,
I'm sure it's
that's
around.
Brooks. Darren is now
Find it
noodle
somewhere.
soup. Kai, you're up. Then the zombies go.
Okay.
Oh, you know what I didn't roll initiative for?
Crap.
The lobstrosity.
Crap, the lobster. It's actually the lobster's turn and then yours because he went on the
It's
same.
fine. The lobster's fine.
I mean, he went right before you. left,
Yeah,
and
that's
then-
right. That's
It's
where you
eating
went.
Darren.
I'm
It's
very
fine.
sorry.
I'm gonna make him do the apology dance.
Okay, he's gonna do the apology dance right now, but on you.
Okay,
So
that's
he's
fine.
he
That's
slipped up
acceptable.
Durant, and this thing's a bottom feeder. Okay, it doesn't often have meals ready to eat right in front of it. It opens up its big old claws, and actually, I'll say without even a check needed, you grew up. You're an islander, right? You know what a reef claw is. Reef claws, they are just these massive aberrations. Actually, they are like the bane of fishermen. Whereas like ankegs and ant crabs are really bad for farmers. This is like the coastal things. They kill kids all the time that are like playing too close to the shore. They're dangerous. They're monsters, not really animals. But the meat, if kept fresh, can be sold in the right markets.
So it's not a lobstrosity, it's a craberation.
Take your hero point and get out of my face. It's not a lobstrosity.
It's a crab.
So these are from Florida. This man just said craberation. Oh my god. All right.
It was glorious.
It now turns to West. Alright. So it's going to go ahead and it's going to use its
Yeah, how did you get
claw. It has one attack. I don't know why it took me so long to read that.
Four-letter words are hard, man.
Claw. It does
that's
21 to
attack.
hit against Kai.
Oh, that hits.
Wonderful. You're going to take some damage. Roll a fortitude save for me.
I can do that.
Because
You take 2 points of slashing.
And 18 for the fortitude save.
Okay.
How many points of slashing did you say?
2 points.
Oh, that's right. If it's just great out, it means.
So you know these well enough to know that it's going to do 2 things. It's going to grab you and then crush you within its claws as it poisons you. It slices you. So you duck out of the way, but it's so fast that it's, even though you know it's coming, it slices you just on the edge, but luckily you've built up a little bit of immunity to the venom. It's going to try it one more time to try and slice at you with the other claw. Slapping on. Natural 2. It's going to absolutely miss as it snaps at you.
I'm much more ready for this when I get out of the way more easily.
Absolutely. Now it's your turn as this reef claw is trying to snap at you.
Okay, awesome. And let's see, I believe I'm flanking with Ernie right now.
You are flanking with Ernie.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna help Ernie out. This guy Gogurted my friend. Gogurt, please sponsor us. And I'm gonna take an attack. Ooh, that's a
Really?
natural 20.
Nice.
Here comes that dagger with shocking grasp on it. Baby.
Okay, we're ready for it.
I just gotta check what I rolled because I don't remember. I don't remember, but it's big. Ooh, that's these gonna be 4d12 electricity damage this time around.
Christ
Whoa.
Jesus.
So the dagger sparks up as I know exactly where to pry the shell off to avoid damaging the precious meat.
Absolutely.
Do you roll the dagger damage as well?
No, I will, but I haven't done it yet. I don't know. What does dagger do? A d4?
Yeah.
D4.
More like 2d4.
Plus strength.
This means like I've never used a weapon that's not a gun in so long.
Alright, it's gonna be 5, 10, 15 points of damage.
Okay, it is dead. That's it. So you stab it in between the chitin, and the blade pierces it, and it goes, "Ah!" And then the lightning
Fuck
just
yeah.
absolutely short circuits it.
I think we got it.
You did, but
That was I didn't mean to cook it before Cordelia could take a look.
so as you're quipping with Ernie, you're making a joke. It goes into its death frenzy. Trigger, the reef claw is reduced to 0 hit points. It gets to make a claw attack for free while it's dying. And it goes straight for Kai's neck. Natural 3. It's not gonna hit. So as you're like talking, it goes and like snaps, and you just move your neck out of the. Actually, you're just laughing, so you move your head out of the way.
I've known about those for a long time.
All right, the reef claw is no more.
like-
That brings us just down to the little boys. All right, Kai. Anything else for you?
Let's see. So now, it's dead, and so I'm gonna turn around and look at the situation and notice the zombies coming out of the mud.
Yeah, quite clearly, quite obviously zombies. It's like, I don't know how these zombies got here, but here we are. Speaking of zombies...
And then I'll use I'd like to make a perception check to look around and see if anywhere on the beach I can see my
Perception check, please. Kind of a high DC, but we'll see what you see.
a high DC. Well, we're
Very
not
successful.
breathing
Show you where
differently.
the big boy is.
All right then let's see what kind of success I've gotten here. A 17.
You're looking for a 21. No, sorry,
17.
that's a fail. But you do see where the other ones are. One burst out of here, and one burst out of here.
I couldn't help but notice someone right in front of me.
Alright. It's their turn, and it's going to use one action to stride to you. The other one's going to take an action to stride to you, and they're both going to use their second action. These are permanently slowed, so they only have 2 actions. They're both going to take a swatting strike at Kai and try and miss. Absolute miss.
They're gonna try and miss.
Yeah, like you've been dodging lobsters today. These zombies are nothing. But the other one's gonna just full on go straight towards Brooks, and it is going to. I printed the text so small, it is so hard to see. He's going to hit you with his fist. It's just gonna go.
Okay. All these notes. He uses his fist.
Cast his fist.
All right. I'm sorry. I'll narrate this at the end of the turn because I think it's cool if they do it all at once. Brooks, I don't think. Well, you don't have your armor on. Does a 15 hit you right now?
It just hits me.
That's amazing. So it punches you in the stomach, and you take a little bit of. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and then as it hits you, its hand evaporates, and the pores puff into your face.
That's what it did.
Go
But
ahead,
bad
my
touched
friend,
me.
and make a will saving throw. I have it with the battle cam.
Literally is one punch. It gets one shot
I guess
at
that's right,
it before it's just like.
16?
Oh no, the battle cam is blurry. 16.
Can you imagine it comes up just short and then the fish?
Why is it
God,
so
yeah.
hard to see? It's so
Like
little.
one of those freaking
You got a
poppers.
little mustache.
Hang on, I got you. I got this. Oh, it double printed on top of 2 lines. That's why I can't read this.
Sounds like a success to me.
You did succeed, yes. You did succeed. It's 14, it's the same.
Okay.
Y'all remember that, so I don't have to look like a fool reading this tiny text again.
What
Right.
was that safety again?
14. So,
I think it was a 10.
it is 14.
14 for gold.
It's
All right.
higher than what I rolled.
Now, this is where the fun begins.
Uh-oh.
It is its turn.
I've been having
You
fun
are
with
right
this.
next to it, Cordelia, and you want to jump into it, and it has been waiting. The tendrils open up. It opens wide, like the Jumanji plant, breathing in yellow. No, you watch as Wesley had sliced off one of the tendrils. The rest of them, like what are those things called that you have on like electric things? The ones you put on your chest with the defibrillator.
Diodes?
Is it diodes?
I don't know.
You mean the
The paddles or whatever?
paddles?
The ones that stick to you.
Oh,
Yes, those are diodes. Yes.
Diodes. Like diodes, 4 tendrils go whoosh to your head. It is going to use 3 action activity to bore brain. Okay.
oh God.
All right, it's going to bore into brain.
Question:
That's
Did
so
I get to
bad.
make a save at the end of my turn or
How
no?
boring.
Huh?
Did I get to make a save at the end of my turn or no?
No,
No.
'cause you'll be
Oh,
making
okay.
Because you crit failed,
Cool,
it usually lasts 1 turn. Because you crit failed,
It lasts forever.
it is forever.
Oh, I was just kidding. I'm sorry.
And it doesn't end when it uses bore into brain.
Yeah, you'll be making.
There's a way to
You'll be
say
making a
He
new
said something like
character
there's a
at
way
the
to
end
say
of
it.
your
right,
turn.
I
total
know.
plan.
I'm glad you're not bored. So, it has to hit you.
New character
You are, yeah.
incoming.
Y'all ready to watch Cordelia fucking die?
We
No one
can't
else
see
can
her.
see it.
Oh!
Please tell me that
It's
one.
not a.
I mean, if it's high enough, it might be.
It's not good.
I rolled a natural 18. Plus 9 is 27. Is that a crit?
That's exactly a crit.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh no.
Alright, here comes the pain.
Go figure.
This is all 3 of its actions.
Roll behind the screen.
He doesn't need any more.
This is real bad.
You take 26.
So remember I lost my fingers before?
You take 26 points
I'm
of piercing
unconscious.
damage. You see this
Oh
thing's
my
tendrils
God.
turn these little drills, and they pour into her brain.
Our healer.
Yellow pollen spraying as you collapse to the ground. As I use bore into brain, you must make a fortitude saving throw.
Okay.
How does that work if she's unconscious?
She still has her fortitude.
Better than her reflex.
Son of a.
Do you have your hero point still from the start of stuff?
I do, and I'm gonna use it.
Do you want to do it
Oh,
to prevent
stop.
dying, or
Stop. I am not going to bore into brain. I misread this because of the formatting it is. I just did its regular damage is just from a tendril. Bore into brain is a 3 action activity. So it's going to do the 26 damage, but you are not going to be bore brained, okay?
Okay.
You're not going to have any additional effects. I'm sorry I
Okay.
misread that.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
unconscious still.
Well, he's going to do it next turn.
Oh, fun.
For you,
future.
for you, Brooks, I'm going to use my 2 remaining actions to go ahead and spray pollen. All right,
Again?
it's going to shoot a 15-foot cone of pollen towards you. Make a will save.
Well, while he's rolling, she needs to
is
move
going.
initiative.
Oh, not Brooks. I'm sorry. You.
Oh, thank God.
You roll, Will save. You're over by me.
Okay, so
I'm so bad at this.
her initiative changes to right before the monster, and you drop. Since it's a crit, it's 2 wounds instead of 1.
Oh, if a crit brings you
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm dying too.
So will save.
You're dying
That-
2.
you're
When
dying
you're each
two,
dying 4,
correct.
you are dead.
Cool. Love that for me.
Did she cry out in a way?
Absolutely.
Cool.
You guys know that this
My
is
brain.
this is
Yeah.
the fuck jungle right
Oh yeah,
here.
you heard a shriek.
So will save.
That's my favorite place.
versus like inhalant.
Huh? It's an inhalant, so you have fortune because of your action.
Also because of my the feat that gives me.
Yeah.
I get +1.
What are the odds, right? All right, you have
So
fortune
Will-
plus 1.
I'm gonna die
Go for it.
tonight.
I'm very sorry, I almost messed that up. You can have a hero point because
22.
Oh.
22.
Get that hero
You
point.
Yes,
pass,
I need that.
and you are immune for the next
I used it
24
before
hours.
when I rolled a 1.
All right, that's its
Literally
turn. Let's go to
anything
the top.
would've been better than a
Cordelia,
Bonds.
Hi.
you need to roll to stabilize. It's a flat check.
Well,
Wait.
her initiative should have changed.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Your initiative changes to right before the monster.
Mm-hmm.
When you go down, your initiative goes right in front of it, so you're actually second to last now. All right,
I
Ernie,
don't
you're
go.
up.
I know it
Yeah.
sounds bad, but it's
It's actually
preventing
really
bad
good.
things from happening.
That lets everyone act before you, so
Yeah.
you don't instantly die. It
Can
lets everyone else
I?
kind of save you.
I want to jump on that crate, and I want to jump and clear this zombie so that I can get in a straight line, run into the fuck jungle.
You want to just jump over the
I
zombie?
want to use the stuff to jump and clear the jump over the
Just
zombie.
roll quick athletics. I won't make it very difficult.
See if I can clear.
I'll make that part of your activity of moving.
Well, the long jump action gives you the
Oh, that's right.
Campaign
There you go.
stuff.
So that is 23.
23. Yeah.
So
And
I'm
I'll
gonna-
give you 10-foot stride.
And I'm gonna so that's one stride.
Plus 1 stride.
Give me another stride towards Cordelia.
You're 25.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am
then that
still
should've been-
outside of.
3 actions. Long jump is 2 actions.
Oh, long jump is 2 actions.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
it's the
That's
stride
activity.
and then the jump.
Yeah, you
Well-
did the jump and the stride. I'll give you an
If you'll
additional
give
10
it to me
feet.
as I'm running, I'm blowing the signal whistle to catch
Sure,
the
I'll give you that
attention
one
of the
free.
plant.
It's going off. Okay. I'll tell you what. The plant has a mindless tag. It literally doesn't know it's attacking someone right now. It's just doing
It's
plant
hungry.
things.
It's just-
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just hungry. It's just basic instincts. It's not evil. It just doesn't even know. All right. Wesley, you're up with Brooks on deck.
All right, I am going
I did.
to.
I've already dice
Still
jailed.
holding my breath.
what that is.
I'm going to make a strike. That's 19 plus 9 is a 28.
Absolutely hits.
Roll 2 nat ones. You sitting there and think
Right
about
here.
what
28
you've
is a
done.
crit, my friend.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So let me roll damage for that first.
AC is exactly 18.
Six. 18.
18 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
It's bloodied.
And then I'm going to, so I stab it. I'm going to try and pull my rapier up and use my confident finisher. So
Absolutely confident finisher.
hell yeah.
that's 17.
17 to hit.
Yes,
Does not hit. It just misses.
Do you have a
Okay.
hero point?
I do. I could. Oh, wait, will this? Yeah, I'll try again. That's a 19 naturally, so plus.
That's absolutely going to
It's
hit.
gonna be a 24.
You got it.
Okay, so it's gonna be 6, 8, 9, 12 more.
12 more. Tell me how your confident finisher confidently finishes this creature right here.
Like I said, I stabbed in it. I'm just gonna whip it up and try to just cut the thing in 2.
It tears open and splits at the seams like fabric being torn to shreds. The pollen splits open, and as it dies, its thralls, the tendrils, die and slither out of them, and they collapse down as well. And for just a moment, once more, everything is quiet.
I think we got it.
I immediately drop to my knees, pull a petal from my flower, and put it in Cordelia's mouth, and it's gonna heal you for 6 hit points.
The flower dissolves into your mouth, and your eyes open up to Wesley, cradling your neck and like hands like right there. And you cough up a puff of yellow pollen and realize you survived. Here on the beach, you can hear the chirp of the jungle, the swish of the sea, and the beating of each other's hearts. We're going to go ahead and take a short break, and we shall return.
Yay.
Yay! All right, so we're going to take a little break, y'all, and we will be back. Hopefully you guys are still hanging around and enjoying the show so far, and we will be back. And we are back, I think. Camera 1's going, camera 2's going, everything is wonderful.
Cordelia's brain got bored during the
Yeah.
But hopefully Chad didn't.
Yeah, don't.
Brain in chat says no, not bored, so that's a good sign
There we go.
there. Yeah, so to recap us real quick, I'm gonna turn that volume way down because it's gonna be so loud. No, I lied. So, before the break, the Windfall was cruising through the sleeping sea, the crew members getting ready for a new adventure, islands coming up towards them, when suddenly, out of nowhere, unmistakably in a strange occurrence, a storm rolled up and swept members away. They awoke on a beach in a mysterious island they had never been in before, and made their way towards their crewmate, who seemingly betrayed them. He got eaten by a lobster creature, while a strange plant had animated zombies and was trying to lure even more into its plenty thrall. I was going to say thrall.
I would say it wasn't trying, it was succeeding.
It was succeeding. It did get a little munchy. So, you have the condition called wounded now.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go down again, you're closer to dying automatically because you were wounded.
So once you hit 4 wounded,
You're dead. Yeah. So when you go down, you'll be wounded. You'll be dying 2 instead of dying 1. Mm-hmm. Dude was just trying to pack up the boat before loading everyone in.
He was looting a body that was still breathing.
Yeah, and he wasn't gonna let you be breathing much longer. He had some animosity. He was savoring.
It's almost like bullying one of our crewmates had consequences.
I do want to say to chat and anyone that's watching, while I do want to preserve the sanctity of the story, what I think we set out for when we started this campaign was the fact that we're doing it on Twitch and not as a podcast or on just strictly YouTube is we want that interaction. So we may be talking to you. You can, interact, add the monsters, give them fortune, misfortune. It's not like we have to have a purely, sacred experience, because I think that's part of the reason I said welcome to our table in the beginning. I want you guys to feel like you're at the table. That's why we did this live, even though it is about 10,000 times more difficult to do than just popping on a webcam, because I want that energy and I want that feeling of friends just dicking around with each other.
Yeah, but now we have to memorize the scripts instead of reading off the teleprompter.
As if I had time to write a
Why do you think I
script.
have this?
So, speaking of script, I do have things for this moment. Cordelia, you come to the petal melting, and what do the flowers taste like? Does it taste like a flower?
yeah, it straight up tastes like a flower.
Oh, so-
it is indeed a plant.
So, is it a rose?
No, it's like a little lily.
Oh, so the lily, which of course, exactly what that tastes like.
I offer you another one, by the way. I see you are very wounded.
She'll happily take it from you.
Munch.
My memory's a little foggy after Brooks tried to help me up. What if...
I think some of your memory's still on the ground right there.
You're probably not entirely wrong.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with carnivorous plants of such scale?
Let's check. Do you want to roll a nature check?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it.
I mean, she knows a bit about, herbs and stuff.
Herbalism.
9, so probably not.
You find
A
nothing.
9?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. He says directly into the microphone. That was loud.
How much does the second petal heal for?
It's 1d8.
I'll tell you what. It sure is yellow. It sure is musky. It was creepy. Don't know what it is though.
I'm not entirely certain this kind of flora isn't native to Ravensmount, or at least I don't think it is.
Well, we should keep our eyes out for more if we are to proceed in this area. I want to scan the beach. Like, I know, like we're here, but the rest of the crew's got to be somewhere.
Mm-hmm. So far up and down the beach, you actually met with these two ascending hills. Think of it as like a what do they call that? Like a horseshoe crab shape or a horseshoe shape. There is a huge cresting beach that makes a crescent along it. A crescent beach makes a crescent. And then there's two mountains that rise up, and dipping in the center of this like mountainous terrain that rises up on it, you can hear running water. Clear water, assumingly some sort of freshwater spring or something of that nature.
You know, they told me at the service if I should ever find myself lost again, you head towards running water.
Well, we could check a little bit further down this croissant-shaped beach.
Son of a bitch.
Cordelia kind of furrows her brow as she's looking around, and then she's looking up, and she'll call out to Emrys.
His screech comes not from in the air, but neath the sand.
So there's like a moment of like, oh, good, I can. Oh.
You see two little vulture legs sticking like drumsticks out of the sand.
Baby.
Oh.
She's gonna run over and start digging him out.
So you pull off the slosh and sort of like mud-like sand, and you do see Emrys, your bearded vulture, looking up at you with those sharp, murderous, happy baby eyes straight towards you, and he does like loom and like cover you up from the sun as it like he's like gauging, and he shakes the sand off of his feathers and
kind of give him a little scruff.
I don't know what kind of sound the vultures
That's the sound
make,
he
but
makes
that's
now.
literally this sound now.
I'm sure one of them was right.
Graw.
Sounds like a turkey with its mouth full.
Turkey with-
Don't do that.
Completely baited. Got him.
Redeem channel points to see him do that again.
Brooks is looking around for his shit.
Oh.
He's looking for his pack
I want to go over to the boat that Darren was loading up and see what he grabs.
So,
Yeah.
for the sake of brevity and for the sake of the fact that the only challenge was that your stuff was hidden during the fight, and if you went to find your stuff, you found a zombie, you're going to find all your stuff. So,
Put my splint mail on.
you search Darren first.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
say
check him out.
collectively, the lot of you collect 41 gold pieces. So if someone wants to, between the pockets of the zombies, Darren, and just like miscellaneous things you find, knickknacks and then little thingies, it adds up to 41 gold pieces. So
So
you can,
it's 8 each. Someone gets 9.
Ernie takes 9.
Okay.
I assume.
I didn't want to say it myself,
I was also going to say Ernie probably
But
pocketed
In
the 9.
but he's right.
so you find 3 things actually. You search. Who searches the zombies and who searches Darren?
Well, he was.
You're searching Darren?
Yeah.
So, Darren had a couple of things. The first thing he had was something that he had in his pocket. Is quite clearly known to you. It's a common poison used by sailors and drow. The lethargy poison, meant to slow down and put people to sleep.
I guess I'll be kicking through the
And-
zombies.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll help.
And clasped around his neck is something stolen from the crew. This, you've seen this before. It's a magical talisman that Mr. Darrow kept on his cloak. But it may serve you here.
Was it retrieved before or after the wreckage?
That's an interesting question.
As you're searching, you find various trinkets, knickknacks, things that add up to that 41 gold or what have you. But you open up a jar. There's one of the zombies had on their side a jar. This zombie is built. Like, even his skeleton is buff. Like, You know, like the cartoon's got like pecs. There's like pecs on the zombie. Really dense, powerful bones, and the flesh that's there is actually kind of well colored. You find a jar. At first, you think is like some sort of healing potion, but you open it up, and it looks like glue, and it smells like pure stomach acid.
Vile.
Go ahead and roll medicine
Oh.
or Arcana.
Oh. Do that one. 20.
20? Oh, you've seen this before. Your mind comes back. Oh, they're farmers in southern Arla. The memory comes back to you. They said, oh, having trouble? Can't make it through the day? Just rub a little Zerk on there. It'll make you better. It's a drug. And I'll let you take the, if you want to pass that down to him.
Zerk.
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 Zerg.
And I'll let you talk about the effects of that. We'll keep it secret until you use it. Where it's like a jar of paste, essentially.
Cool. I'll put it in my backpack.
I want to fill one of my spare pouches with some sand.
With some sand?
Yes,
Pocket sand.
some sand.
So just some sand.
Yeah.
Will you be putting it in your pocket?
Yeah, once it's little pouch sand.
All right, good to know. All right. So
What was going on with Darren exactly?
It looked like he was trying to steal from Ernie. and I
Yeah, it
wanted to
looked like it
confront him
because he
about
fucking did. He stole from me. He took this pouch off me. And
Yeah, I
this
was-
is my special pouch. It's bigger on the inside.
He was threatening you with that scimitar?
Yeah. And all I've ever done was ridicule him in front of his friends.
Well,
To be fair, it was quite hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, and frankly, he deserved it, and the means justify my actions.
yeah, I don't feel too bad about him anymore. Code killed for death anyway.
Yeah. He seemed to have stolen from the crew as well. This thing right here, this little leaf medallion thing, I've seen that on Mr. Darrow. I now hand it over to Wesley. This matches your cloak better than mine.
Because it's another plant motif.
yeah. Nice.
Yeah, and so
Mean to justify my actions. That should be Ernie's tagline. Oh God.
yeah,
That's what you
yeah. So he is a thief. So I'm glad he's dead. I'll say it.
There are the two chests that are in the boat already. They had loaded up, and you look, and you're like, "That's why he spent all night moving crates." You see something belonging to everybody. There's a pistol that belongs to Flintlock Wit, which he was, punished for losing. Of course, Kai. You can't just be losing guns on the ship.
Can't just lose guns on the ship.
Absolutely. There's the captain's personal belongings. There's a small silver chest that belongs to the captain, full of various jewelries, worth more than your wages for quite a while.
I take the captain's stuff.
Okay.
Bring it back to him.
You say it like that? I'm gonna bring it back to him.
Yeah. It's like, oh, Captain will be missing these. It's like, wow, he didn't take anything from me, although he did package me into
he
a
took
crate.
you.
He took all of you.
Man, he was trying to take you to this deserted island. Not sure if that's a compliment. He might have tried to eat you like this crabstrosity. Craberation. What did you say? What'd you quip in the middle of battle? It was good. Is there any sort of common theme other than value in the stuff that he stole? Does he have food goods? Actually, I check his pockets. Does he have any sort of markings or letters or insignias? Is his name even?
You don't know.
Daryl.
You didn't get to investigate
Daryl.
Is his name even Daryl? It was assuredly it's not. No, he doesn't have like a secret note that says, I am a secret agent or assassin.
Sure.
It just seems like maybe he was just a sailor that was taking advantage of a situation, pretending to be dumber than he was, but turned out to be that dumb in the end after all.
Yeah.
Or, what kind of good assassin, carries their insignia anyway?
While they're looking through everything, Cordelia does go over to Wesley. Can I see your sword for a moment? Thanks. she does just take it from you and kind of plops down in the sand
She's
and
gonna cook it.
and pull.
She does this.
It's like Breath of
No,
the
that's
Wild.
Riley. And
Sharp cheddar.
And she pulls out of her little pouch, and she's kind of digging, and then she sticks her whole arm down into it. But it's, of course, like this tiny little pocket. And she pulls out, it looks like a little shard of sea glass. You've seen something similar before that she's fiddled with, and there's some scrolling runes carved on it. And she starts affixing it to the hilt of your sword.
Neat, I'm getting all decked out.
Buff Wesley. Buff Wesley.
We dress you up and then just
Yeah.
shoot in a battle.
Go fight things.
'em.
You have 40 HP. Go.
47.
You flippy boy.
For now.
I know.
All right.
But yeah, for all intents and purposes, you now have a potency crystal on your sword.
Cool.
We like that.
I know what that does.
Yeah, so running water is that way up the croissant. And then, does anyone, I reach into my pocket and I pull out my spyglass.
Okay.
I look along the edge of the beach. Do I see any larger chunks of the Windfall?
No. I'm going to say you don't even have to roll for that. It's just no. You don't see any big chunks of the Windfall. You don't see the ship sticking up. You don't see pieces of the hull. You don't see any other crew members. You don't see anything else with the Windfall.
Yeah, ship's fucked, y'all.
Kai is, as he's separating the last of the lobster meat from its husk and packing that away. All right, at least we have some food if we're stuck here. We need to get to the water first. I know it's tempting to go look for our crewmates, but if we might be stuck here, that's the only way we'll survive.
Yeah, you're right.
I steal a little bit of the crab meat and give it to Emrys.
Okay.
But that storm. He's like looking out at the sea.
It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Like you could lay on this beach and like have a wonderful afternoon. There's no sign of rain or wind, or there's not even clouds in the sky. Like you can see like little wisps, but like it's gorgeous blue sky. No sign of storm or rain.
Is there some kind of like, because you said it felt like it was, like we all felt that it had been brought on. Is there any kind of like occultism check that I could make, or some kind of?
Knowledge?
You know,
Yeah.
I'll let you make the call. You tell me what skill, and I'll tell you the information is different. That was more directed at Kai, but I think all of you felt like this is wrong just because of the fact that the storm came on so quickly. And y'all, whether or not you're nautically experienced, have been on the Windfall long enough to know that storms like that do not roll on. You usually have like hours to prepare. Like
Yeah.
Plus we have
you
someone
batten down
watching
the
the sky
hatches.
for that purpose.
Yeah, exactly. So
Was it you?
Yeah, I think as she's sitting there, kind of fiddling with Wesley's sword, she's trying to think back to some of the things that she had seen, some of the things perhaps even Emrys has mentioned to her about magics and different abilities and that kind of thing.
you want to roll occultism?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. I don't know if you're going Arcana or occultism. You can go occultism.
More
then.
occultism, because I think that's more what she's familiar
I think that's
with.
fair, and you might open up something here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That is a math.
That's pretty good.
25.
25.
25.
I would also like to award the entire party 1 hero point just for making it to the second session. We'll start with one, and I'll give you a second one at the end of the break, just for making it through the first part. You said 20?
25.
25.
Ooh.
I know about some weird shit.
Cordelia. Yeah, with the badass rolls. You've never seen that before, have you, Cthulhu Kitty?
It's only out of combat.
Only out of combat. The Sleeping Sea has been long left alone because there's not a lot going on in it. It's just quickly from Gold Run to Aranor to Restaurant to even Tarva sometimes. It's not someone from Starhill. You don't cross this sea very often. But in Starhill, they do notice gods. In Starhill, they worship one god, and they are very vehemently opposed to those that would worship others, especially in Ravenmount, which has one of the strongest navies in the world. So, gods of the ocean are often seen as these powerful, destructive spirits. You have an idea, but you're not sure which god it is. There's Isria, the goddess of life, the ocean, the harvest, the bounty. She represents life itself and is one of the elder ancient gods. She covers everything from mothers who are expecting to animals to farmlands to the growth of plants itself, and she represents the ocean's bounty. There is Seraphina, the drowned mistress. She is the goddess of vengeance of those who are wrongly killed at sea, and she brings the storm to those that were unjustly brought down. There is the Tarvish god, Etalel, the god of rains and changes. The Tarvish gods are mysterious. Etalel will be worshipped as the rain itself. The storm could be said to be there passing over, washing away the world and making a new one for Tarva. Tarva itself represented by the jungle itself being considered the goddess meant to overtake the world. And then there's the other god, whispered in different locations, known as Azidahaka, the deep dragon. A multi-headed, winged serpent, a false dragon that fought against them long ago. You know that those 4 gods, at one point, each kept dominion over the sleeping sea. At one point or another, they were each the ruler. Many cults rose and fell in their time, in the hundreds, thousands of years that the sleeping sea has been unoccupied. The island's now sunk out of detection. But which god holds dominion now? None could say.
She kind of fills the party in on that, and I would imagine it's probably something along the lines of like a folklore kind of thing that maybe Esther had told her at some point.
Damn. If that plant had eaten you, it'd have gotten so smart.
The mistress doesn't strike with sudden storms that way. She is vengeful, yes, but you get time to prepare.
Yes, and although our crew has done things that are questionable at best, I don't necessarily know that we've done anything that would have warranted her retribution.
Well,
This fuck did.
hit wrathful.
Perhaps we missed the warning signs.
But there was that noise. Did any of you hear it? It was... I don't know if it was a horn or a roar,
I did hear that.
but it was something loud.
Sounded like the
and
boat dragging on a manatee.
I wouldn't know.
Happens in the shoals. But it sounds like that.
Noted.
Kind of like that.
Yes, it was vaguely like that. Yep.
Well, do you think the rest of our crew made it further inland with this plant?
I'm curious, yes, but we need to start moving.
Yeah, the captain's undoubtedly alive, but I don't think he would, like, protect other people.
No.
So, it really feels like some of them are going to be fine. I mean, this is Flintlock's gun, so I don't know what the fuck he's going to do to defend himself.
He's gonna have to change his name.
He's Slingshot now.
Slingshot wit doesn't have the same...
He's gonna have
You
to
know, he
rely
was-
on the wit part.
He was spitballing
he's
a couple of
fucked.
ideas when he lost his gun originally.
Yeah.
But we should,
Head towards water.
yes.
The running water. Not
I could send Imrus on a bit of a flyabout, see if he
It's better than me.
spots
I can't
anything.
fly.
The jungle is kind of dense, though.
Without even being bit, like as you say that, he knows what he's supposed to do. Emerus spreads. What's his wingspan like? How big are bearded vultures? They're massive,
They're
right?
big.
Yeah.
I'm imagining a wingspan wider than I am tall by a
Yeah,
lot.
like he looks like
like
something that could
60
eat
feet
you.
long.
He's like just takes flight and begins to circle around the island. I forgot the rules for
They
familiars.
use her stats.
That's right. So
Yep,
go ahead and
yep,
roll
yep.
perception.
8 feet? Is that what that said?
So I was right.
They're
It's
big.
8 feet.
Though he is smaller because apparently the,
That's right,
the
yeah.
females are larger. Okay, so
He's still a big boy.
he is still a big boy.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, familiars use
big
all her
boy.
saves perception.
There you go.
17.
17. So on a 17, Emrys returns to you with this information.
And
There's
he can talk.
Yes.
He does have that right now.
Yes. I think I'm making a choice for Emrys to where like he'll talk to you privately
Me specifically.
and will not like you have never heard his voice. So he like comes over and like has the hunched hooded like vulture like he like walks
Feathers
over and like he looks at the rest of you looking at her and like pulls up the wings and he whispers to you like a counselor to a king. There is a path going up either side. The mountains grow a little perilous to where you can't really climb on top, and there's a thick forest on the top of the island. It went really thick on the other side to where it goes up and up to an altitude that he didn't feel comfortable going without being bitten. Next to the freshwater spring, there is a structure. You have to go through a little rocky pass that looks like you have to just walk through it. He said some of the rubble looked a little unstable, but it's either that or climbing up the sheer face of cliff.
No, that's not happening.
There is a structure. He said it is standing. It looks abandoned. It looks like some sort of inn or tavern.
How tall was that cliff?
Tall enough that it looked a little perilous to scale. At least
Alright,
for
check
me.
something.
Ernie
And I kind of offer my arm out so he can step up.
walks over
Okay.
to the wreckage of the boat and grabs a bottle and breaks off the top half until he has kind of the rounded bottom, and then fills it slightly with some salt water, and then he kind of takes a nail in one of the piles, looks around on the beach and kind of picks up a rock, drops and picks up another rock and starts rubbing the nail against a rock and puts it in the bottle and tinkers for a moment and looks. It's like, all right, this way's north. We can go that way.
Do we want to go north?
Well, we can go west, man. I'm just telling you which way the compass is saying is north. It's that. Wait, nope. I was holding it backwards. It's that way.
I thought you couldn't. I thought a compass doesn't matter.
No, I was holding it upside down.
We should go.
Which way, though?
Yes, there is a path that's a little bit unstable, but then there's also a cliff face, and
That was Emrys.
to be-
Squawking at you guys to
yeah.
follow
Thank you.
her orders.
Thank you for letting us know. I was a
to be-
little
There's an abrupt squawk at you guys.
Grah!
Sorry, sometimes the DM just squawks at us. We don't know why.
You do though. That is something that you do.
I mean,
There's a vulture around
I mean,
the
it-
loud.
how do y'all feel about a cliff face?
Depends on how tall is it. Is it 20 feet or less? Then I feel very good.
It is not.
Substantial.
It is substantial cliffs.
Hold on. I reach into my backpack and I pull out a grappling hook.
I want to
I have a rope of climbing.
But there's
attach it to the grappling hook.
Well, what's the
There's a
point in
path
having this?
So, as you guys are having this discussion,
You
you're
didn't
walking
ask me.
up. So, the edge of the croissant, as you get the edge of the crescent, the path becomes a little more perilous. The footholds shrink to where you can only stand side by side, and then one at a time, and then suddenly where you can only fit 1 foot on. It goes this way for about 80 feet until you reach solid ground where it opens up once again to this grassland that has this freshwater pool right next to it, and you can see the shape of this building. It looks like some sort of like inn. Long, dilapidated, busted down, but still a tavern was once here, or a structure or settlement of some kind. You take the first step, whoever it is, and you see, with a little bit of vertigo, you see the freshwater spring beneath you, dipping straight down the cliffs, realizing how high you've walked up in the past, little trek. A fall might not kill you, but it would hurt. And you think of scrambling up the side, and as you put your hand on the wall for support, you watch as this dust pours down, and little rocks tumble. And as the little rocks tumble, you watch as one melon-sized rock rolls down, and then you see it. The edges of these cliffs are so littered with this like gravelly stone that disturbing it or trying to climb it is going to bring it down on top of you. So not only do you have to squeeze, but you need to not disturb the rocks that are on your back. Sneeze.
No.
Chat, redeem sneeze.
No.
Please, no.
Don't do it.
So we need a
I said sneeze a lot, and now I feel funky. Hang on.
balance. So we're still on the edge. We need
You're
to
like
make our
on the
forward.
edge. So you haven't stepped off into the danger zone.
the
But basically, there's an
end-
80-foot twist that you have to scoot along.
The end ruins are up.
They're like elevated up, yeah.
I see.
Like on a curve.
So would this be like a balance to get?
Yeah,
across?
absolutely balance. Or you can argue any other skill check for me.
I would like to use balance. To
I
try
bet
and
you
cross.
would. All right, you're gonna go first.
Hey, do
Yeah.
you,
I mean, I imagine I took a point.
do you want to tie some rope around you or something?
So if I go down and take you with me, or do you want me to hold
I can
rope?
cut
and
it.
toss
I will
If
say
it
this,
feels
there's only-
bad, I'll cut the rope.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Not above cutting the rope.
I guess I'll hold rope with one of my hands.
Okay, feels like the non-committal option, but all
Hang on.
right.
I gotta get some danger music queued up for when you guys fuck this up.
How far are we moving? Across?
Yeah, it's
we're
like
sidling across.
imagine like
the
that part of a video game where you have to find the secret waterfall and you have to scoot along the edge. That'll take a long time.
How far across is that?
80 feet.
80 feet.
Yes.
How far is my rope of climbing?
Go
50 feet. Okay, well,
Well, I'm
Alright.
gonna sidle across. I guess it's a balance.
Okay.
Crit successes, you move up your speed. Successes, treat the surface as difficult terrain. Crit failure, you fall and turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's, okay.
I can't help but feel that most of us would have done better on the other path.
29.
29. Wesley sticks to the back and he scoots and he crit successes and he makes it across. Now you're safe. There's grass,
I've got
there are
my end of the
trees,
rope.
and you can see the end about 40, 50 feet from you. And there's like little flowers growing and there's water. And there's a bunch of lanterns on the ground. Black cast iron lanterns like the kind you have on the side of a ship.
Yeah, so who wants to... Now, we got a guide rope now. Who wants to go next?
Like, are there like any stumps or something around?
The trees.
I want to get behind one and like brace myself to keep the rope top. In
Okay.
case they use it.
If they have the rope, I will give you a +2 circumstance bonus to this roll. For the rope.
Which one of us is the next most, or the most balanced on our own?
I mean, I feel all right. You want me to go?
My dexterity is pretty high.
I think
Surprisingly enough.
I will hold the other end of the rope while you cross.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
right.
I start wiggling.
All right. What skill are you going to use to get past? This is a modified hazard, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try to use acrobatics. I'm gonna try to just delicately tiptoe my way along here.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, that would be good. Balance like I did.
Yeah, feel good about my balancing. I'm gonna use a hero point just to try for better.
Okay, hero point spent for
Circumstance
fortune.
That is better. So 27.
27. That is a success. So you get across. It's not a crit success, so it doesn't get you all the way across. You're now halfway across. And you're resting your back against it. You can see now the dust coming. As you've crossed, even though you're quiet and you're small, with Wesley and you coming across, you can see the loose rocks and rubble at the top just ready to...
Yeah, it isn't hard to walk over here, but it does look like it could fall and kill me. I don't think it would take that. I'm whispering. I am worried about the
40
fact
feet
that I'm
away,
wearing
we
a
hear
microphone
nothing.
while
Yeah.
I'm whispering, but I want you to know.
I'm like looking at this trap, which is a level 0 trap. And I'm like, this will kill your party if it goes absolutely wrong.
All right, maybe I should keep going before any of y'all come.
Imagine,
need to be
imagine
scared, Ernie.
rocks falling as session 1.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it's Rock's fall, so I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, I'd like to keep going.
All right, same check.
Well, what else could I do here? Feels a little boring to
It's
just do the
acrobatics,
same
just the
thing
balance.
twice.
Hey, man, sometimes you just roll dice and you succeed on the thing.
Yeah.
That's tabletop RPGs, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see.
Should have led you guys so you could follow the expert.
Oh yeah, you could have.
Yeah, I'm
what I would- that's what I would've
just
done
gonna
the other
I'm gonna
path.
keep tiptoeing with my hand on the guide rope.
Go for it.
With that +2, that is gonna be 26.
And Ernie slides across, now safely on the other side.
I give 2 big thumbs up to the to the crew on the other side.
Did you want to go next, Cordelia?
Sure.
I feel like one of us is gonna have to go last.
It should be me.
He's a big boy.
You're a little heavier in all that armor, no matter how much bigger than you are.
I'm
And you have the
gonna
strength to not be paralyzed.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast guidance on myself.
Okay, you're guiding yourself.
And I'm gonna attempt to do stealth, like very carefully picking my way
Stealth is
quietly.
good.
19.
19. So you just make it to the middle, and you're stealthing along, and your hair's like clinging to the edge, like grabbing at all the little loose holes. You're just like, don't let me fall, don't let me fall.
Like little
Maybe like
octopus
some
tentacles.
maybe like strands like grabbing the rope in front of you too. And like as you nudge it, like as you're stealthing it, you can feel your footstep, and you've been doing a fantastic job. And that last step is just enough, and you feel this dust sprinkle on your shoulder, and you know you're one step away from rocks fall. Wait, no, they don't fall. You passed. Would you like to keep going?
She's gonna freeze and take a deep breath. And real quick. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's verbal. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, careful doing an activity out here
I shout
with
at
your
the
5
rock.
foot like.
Anything that has somatic, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Help me hold this rope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she's just gonna again try to steel herself to very quietly, carefully watching her steps, trying to make her way across this.
Okay. Stealth it again.
I'm gonna go ahead and use a hero.
Hero point used. Okay.
Right, the circumstance.
'Cause
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't the
Why is
worst,
it always Cordelia? Dice don't pick
mean-
on her. What you got?
That was almost scary. It's not scary.
Okay.
24.
24. And Cordelia comes across, and I think you like kind of like collapse at the end, and your little hairs are like like pulling you to the other edge, and you safely make it
She
across.
doesn't mean to, but it's a little like the ring, like as she's like crawling away.
Seeing like all of this go down, essentially. So Kai still has, one arm like taut with the rope, mimicking what Wesley did on the other side. But his other, he kind of unsaddles the rifle, and I just want to prepare. I want to prepare an action for now, and I'll, if it comes into play, I'll let you know.
All right. Good.
Shoot someone with a feather.
Who's the next Brooks?
I'd like to use diplomacy.
Okay.
Please, hold on.
No.
Mr. Rope, may I slide up you, sir?
Okay, so he's going to take, I guess, a hand on the rope, and then he is going to, I guess, lower down on the sort of wall. He wants to just make sure he has a firm grab on like any sort of like stable-looking kind of crags coming out, so he
Absolutely.
can kind of like have some sort of like balance that way, because he's not very balanced in general. So I'd like to use athletics instead if I can.
Athletics sounds fantastic, yes. I will say the DC is higher for athletics.
Of course it is.
Because if you're not using stealth or acrobatics, you
That ain't
Jostle the
you
rocks.
jostle the rocks a little bit more.
That ain't me.
Hey, me.
Oh, natural 20 for 27.
Nat 20. All right. So
These are my William dice, by
you
the way.
athletically, yeah. Good old William. So Brooks is like got it, and you like watch his like spirit surge. You can almost like see a spectral second. Goddamn it. Brooks. William was his old character from many years ago. Just grab the rope and like heave ho, make it to the end, and that's when he gets you two paces across, leaving only Kai. All right.
All right.
What you got, buddy?
I'll go ahead and saddle that gun back up, and I'm just gonna start wrapping rope
you
around
gonna
my
shoot
arm
me?
as I go. Yes, I was.
Just point at yourself.
Pull out a pepper grinder.
Oh, I don't need the gun.
What's your,
I'm not far away from me.
Oh, right. No.
Ooh, I hit my mic. I'm sorry, chat.
What's your perception DC?
My perception DC is, if you give me just a moment, 15. 15 is my perception DC.
Okay. As you take the first step, you are now on the ledge. You hear breathing above you.
Take the gun back out.
Something is trying to stealth up on you.
I start rapidly affixing a winch mechanism that I've pulled out of my backpack onto the rope.
Son of a bitch. It,
Is this a real thing?
Yeah,
It is.
It's called a come along.
so,
Oh, I almost bought one of those.
so all right, you put the winch mechanism on, and you hear the breathing.
It's like that kid from Hey Arnold.
Do you? Yeah. Do you speak Aklo?
Let me see. I don't think I do. I speak Aquan, so no, I do not.
Okay. So some things are gonna happen real quick. What I need is, I'm gonna turn this music on for just this moment.
How long does that winch take to get over?
Yeah. He'll have been doing it since he got over there, right?
Yes.
I've been staring at it, the entry on my.
So I just want to have the intense music for this moment. In Aklo, you hear, I need you to go ahead and roll reflex save.
Okay.
It's a basic reflex save.
That's a hero point.
The hero point.
Just out of. Well, no, I guess it was
Okay.
saying it specifically to him.
Reflex,
it was probably
you said?
too far.
Reflex.
That's going to be a
Just curious, I could hear
25.
what it
A 25 is a pass, but not a crit success. So you're going to take half damage and take none of the other negative effects because it's a basic save. It's 8, 11, so you take half of 11. You're going to take 6 points of damage. As the rocks slide down on top of you, as they do, I need you to make a second reflex saving throw because you are, in fact, getting
Everyone grab the
dislodged
rope.
from the path.
They're holding the rope. He's attaching that winch to it. I am not going to make the reflex save. I jump. I've got it wrapped around my arm, and I jump.
I will
to
give them
swing.
+2 circumstance of whatever you guys are doing.
I start like while Wesley's holding the rope taut, I start cranking it in. I start reeling it in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm holding with Wesley.
Okay, you're holding with. Okay, you two are holding it. You're cranking.
I'm cranking.
I need a group strength from all of you.
Can I see the thing that
Your
like
strength?
lashed out
Athletics
at
or
him?
strength?
Athletics, please.
Can I see the thing that lashed out at Kai?
Say again.
Can I see the thing that lashed out at Kai?
Can you see it? What's your
Because
perception?
I was standing on the edge. 15.
15. It has immediately like retreated at this point.
Okay.
Like it is pulled back. Like it shoved the rocks and literally just ran.
Gotcha. Okay. Then yeah, I'll grab the rope and help.
Okay. Chess said, translation, watch out, man. There's dangerous rocks over here. Here, let me show you.
Who said that?
All right, Kai, you are swinging, jumping up. Yeah. All three of them bracing. And Ernie, you're cranking. What's
I got a natural 20 in cranking.
natural 20 and cranking?
He cranking 17.
It's all right. And that's just enough as Kai is
Me and my hair grab
pulled
onto
back
it.
onto the side of the earth. And once again, you're out of the immediate danger.
That was fun.
Hey, check it out. This thing worked.
I'm glad it did. Oh. And like
Rope
Kai
burn.
unravels the rope from his arm, and you can see the clear rope burn imprints.
Yeah, man, that held you awfully tight though. I started detaching it and breaking it down and putting it back in my backpack.
Cordelia will go ahead and pull out of her little pouch what you're familiar with, one of her healing potions.
What happened?
In case you need it.
They just fell. Was there?
No, there's something was back there behind me. I don't.
I don't see
I heard some licking noises, very phlegmy.
It sounded guttural. It sounded like you imagine like a lobster man might sound like.
How interesting.
In fact, I mean, based on
Okay.
this-
All right. Well, I've known reef claws at least for a long time. Do they speak?
no, absolutely not.
All right. They're not sapient. But
I say without checking the sheet, but I'm making the executive decision that no, they do not.
In this world, they do not.
Let's see what Pathfinder says, but I say no because the one
D8,
I had
right?
was not. No, it cannot speak any language.
D8,
D8, yeah.
I knew that, of course.
Hey, max healing.
Um,
Do you add something to that?
Not on the health potions, no.
Guys, I don't want to jinx it, but Camera
If
2
I-
hasn't froze the entire time.
I know.
Oh god, you just did it!
No, we
seeing
just-
that
we
everyone's
just
made it
doubled.
across,
No, the extra's from the staff.
I'm gonna walk up to the door and knock.
Okay.
Yeah, is there?
There's no door.
Oh, there's no door.
Let me set
Cool.
the scene for you real
I
quick.
knock anyway.
There's an inn. There is a dilapidated old inn. You can see in the map in front of you. There is a bar. There was once stables that are now overgrown with brush. There's these old barrels and kegs that once held things. There's some candelabras with cobwebs pulled all over them. A fireplace has long been not lit, filled and packed with soot. You can see various mishmash of items and miscellaneous things hanging around. I can't think of objects to fill in. You see forks, spoons, you see barrels, mugs, plates. You see darts from a dart game. There's all sorts of just miscellaneous. Clothes are hanging in the corner for some reason. Anchors. You see ship's charts and catalogs.
But no corpses.
No, there are corpses. Oh. There's many corpses, but now they're not. They're definitely not zombified corpses. They're skeletal, even from this distance, with the cobwebs growing over them. There's a sign, half weather-worn and beaten, that says the Captain's Lantern, and outside are 8 hooks, 8 iron hooks that are just sitting there.
Well, lanterns must have fallen off.
Be on your guard.
I approach the fireplace on the end. I'd like to walk inside the inn first of all.
I love the way you phrase that. Okay, and you go inside. As you go inside,
walk inside.
I want to replace
Does anything jump out at
the
me?
lanterns onto the hooks.
Does anything jump out at you?
Do I like as I'm walking in? Do I
some
see
sort.
anything kind of about?
Yeah. So you go over to the fireplace and you're
Yeah, I want to
looking.
see if I want to check to see if there's fresh ashes if this has been used in any sort of recent days.
Ernie, you go over to the fireplace and you kind of look at the soot. Long cold, long burnt out. Nothing has disturbed this in centuries. And you look around on your left and you're like, okay, there's some plates, there's some old food in an old mug. You look to your right and you're like, wait a second. Why is that fork coming straight? There's a fork floating in the air and it propels at you with projectile force and it stabs you into the leg.
God damn it!
As you guys hang on, let me put the other music back on real quick again.
Not this time.
So as you guys kind of filter into the inn, I guess along with Ernie, you guys watch as the entire inn begins to shake and tremble.
It's a mimic.
I didn't go in yet because I wanted to.
Wonderful. I'm going to ask where everyone is in just 1 second. Okay. The doors begin to shake. The stage begins to rumble. The floorboards begin to creak and lift. Nails begin to bend. And then objects begin to float. I need everyone to roll initiative.
It's haunted.
Wow. As we start
I was
initiative,
hoping you put the letters back
Brooks has that like ringing again, and he, I think as the fork is lifting, he calls that out to give everyone plus two.
Oh, is this the...
To initiative?
First, yeah, he has a bonus to initiative.
As I cast Call to Arms.
Call to arms.
So you get plus 2 to initiative and plus 2 temporary HP.
Oh, temp
We
HP.
love that.
How long does the temp HP last?
How much?
A minute.
I need to pull this.
2 plus 2 to initiative plus 2 temporary HP. That's another focus spell, so he goes into the moderate cursing.
Oh, spicy.
I think that's a pretty decent
If I understood
roll
your
of the whole
class,
thing.
I'd be more concerned.
All right. So Ernie, you're over here by the fireplace. Everyone else, give me your positions, please.
I'm in the doorway.
Yeah, I was going to say, I
trying to
was
put
peering
lanterns
into the
up.
doorway.
I was helping put lanterns up.
Okay, you're both putting lanterns up.
Yep.
We'll get to that on your turn. This is Kai, unfortunately. All right, and you guys are at the door, and the doors are right here. So you guys will be right.
Yeah,
in
I didn't want to step in. I was just kind of
Sure, you're at the
peering
door.
in. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Oh,
Just
okay.
trying to look.
What's unfortunate about this?
All right, let's go 30 to 25.
25.
25 as well.
Hold on.
Who wants to go first?
28.
Oh, nope.
He wants to go.
We got Ernie.
Ernie wants to go first.
Let's do Brooks then Kai. Is that okay? All right, next
I'll put mine over.
22.
Cordelia, Wesley.
10.
I'm so excited for this anyway. All right.
Damn, still a 10 though.
Here we
for-
go,
for the
baby. All right. So, starting us up, Ernie. A fork flew out. I'm not gonna make it do damage because it was kind
Chat
of
says
like
there's a sound problem of some kind.
okay. Sound problem. What's going on? Talk to us.
What you got?
Is the music too loud?
Someone's microphone not on.
Is
Can
it?
you hear
no,
us
yeah.
at all?
We like to fix these. It got muffled. Huh. Was it because it's moving around, maybe?
Oh. No?
It just got muffled. Is it still muffled?
Everyone is muffled.
Oh, the whole volume shot down. Oh!
What happened?
How's everyone sound now?
Better, I assume.
God. What did you do?
The overall volume shot down.
We're back. We're
Nothing.
Back on.
Nothing. I am a great DM. I'm an even better streamer. I definitely did not turn the soundboard halfway down. I was like, so I actually like when I was moving the music, I actually like just clicked on the other screen for some reason.
The question is, how long ago did that happen?
Yeah, like I literally need someone else to run this while I'm running the game. This is it's not easy, y'all, but it's very fun. Like a minute. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Right when I call for initiative. Thank you all so very much for that. We are live, like, with a built studio, so it is incredibly difficult to keep things balanced. So any of the feedback like that stuff is amazing, and we appreciate it so very much. Thank you so very much.
I'm gonna write that down.
Okay, so Ernie, you are up. A fork just flew into
this
your
fork's
leg.
coming at my face.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get you take damage because it's kind of like a
Does it appear to be telekinetically projected
It was
or
absolutely
wielded by something I can't see?
telekinetically projected.
Can I grab the fork, or is it?
It's in your leg.
Oh, it's in my leg.
Yeah,
I pull it out.
it's a silver fork. Yeah.
It's a silver fork. All right. Do I see where it came from?
There's objects floating all around the room.
Lycanthropic.
I
Everything's
take
shaking.
the fork and I chuck it back in the exact opposite direction of where it came from.
Okay. You're gonna have to roll a flat check to see if you hit something.
15.
15 passes the flat check.
But
Now you have to roll against AC.
If I'm doing the same as my other thrown stuff,
Sure.
it would be 23.
This is kind of fucky with the rules, but I'm gonna allow it. Just with that, you just like pull it out of your
An
leg.
improvised
and fling it
weapon.
back.
I have stats for an improvised weapon.
Sure,
So
absolutely.
It would do. Actually, they're flat-footed.
Go for it, yeah.
Well, actually, is a fork an agile or finesse weapon?
This is it's neither of those.
Okay.
It is immune to precision damage.
All right. 2 points of damage as the fork throws back into their face.
It has double resistance against non-magical weapons, so to deal damage.
It was silver.
Yeah,
It is silver.
silver.
It's not silver.
Okay. All right. So 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage.
Yes, but no.
So it takes nothing. So you see the fork hit something, and you hear once more.
Is
And
whatever
the objects begin shaking more. You hit the square. It's somewhere by the bar.
is whatever I just hit invisible?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do something weird.
Okay.
Let's get weird.
I mean, you assume.
I'm gonna pull at my. I'm gonna pull out the only potion I've got, a potion of Bravo's Brew that's supposed to help will saves.
Okay.
But I'm gonna uncork it and just slosh it in that direction to try to get it all over.
I need
this
to
thing.
roll a flat check. I'm gonna make the flat check lower this time because
18 naturally.
okay, you throw it and it splashes.
Pocket sand.
Roll.
It's in my pocket.
Just stick to it now.
You know what? Fuck it. You deserve this. You deserve this. So the splosh is not going to last forever. Okay, it's not going to continuously reveal this. But
Purple fluid is landing
Purple
on
flirt.
something. Purple.
purple
gap.
fluid splashes down. And you can see half as it drips. Just imagine it dripping down the face of this like horrid, terrifying visage. As it like slow reveals the face of this spectral creature right in front of you.
That's 2 of my actions. With a third, is there like a bottle of booze nearby? Anything in this?
There's one right next to you.
I pick it up and hold it.
Okay.
I'll bite the cork out.
All right, you got it. Double resistance against forks specifically. Yes. Brooks, you're up. You can kind of see half of a floating purple ghost. Kind of.
Well, I'm gonna do what I was gonna do before that anyway. I think he's gonna take a few steps back and kind of bump into Kai, and then turn and then cast magic weapon on his weapon instead.
Okay, so you're going back and you're casting magic weapon on Kai.
Yeah, so that makes his weapon a +1 striking weapon. So it just adds another
Weapon die. So it's
Okay.
+1 and
+1.
That angle is going to make people sick, so I'm going to turn the camera a little bit more.
Second weapon, though?
So if your weapon is a d6, it's 2d6 now.
Nice.
If it's 2d6, it would be.
And it makes it magical.
Okay.
I think
That's
it's all
pretty
three of my
big.
actions.
All right, we
And
love
I guess
that. All right, moving on. That's going to bring us to Kai. Your weapon is now blessed with the spirit of Brooks,
Okay.
which sounded less cool when I said it out loud.
Brooks is like,
Farm blessing.
Well, hearing the Ernie cry out as the fork pierces into his thigh, Kai's gonna run into the bar now, and there's a ghost thing.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what we
So
got
that's
here.
a thing.
I'm gonna go ahead and take aim at it.
Oops, wrong side.
And let's make a spell strike.
Spell strike, baby. So you move into the
hero point.
bar,
Yes, I'm in the
Quickly.
money.
and you're taking aim,
And I'm taking a hero point.
and you're taking a hero point. Okay.
All right, this is a little bit better. Is a not natural, but 20. Is that enough?
That is exactly its AC.
Excellent,
Yes.
excellent. We love that. Okay.
I will tell my players the AC and the skill things for things because +1s and -1s are so important, and sometimes I'll forget them. In Pathfinder, in Pathfinder, the numbers are so well balanced. Like the math is so clean. Those +1s, -1s really matter, and I'll often forget them. So it might help. And plus, I played with these same players for 15 years. No one's gonna cheat at this table.
All right, we're gonna have 9 points of piercing damage. And
9
then
piercing?
another 4 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Sorry, 6 points of magical
Okay,
bludgeoning.
that was all magic.
Yes.
Total?
She has magic weapon.
Yes, correct.
Wait,
Yeah, I
what's
guess
the
that was
total?
all magic.
What was the total? Yes. It was 6 plus what?
6 plus 9?
It was 9 plus 6.
So
It was
15.
15.
Okay. Dang. It pierces into it, and you can see spectral bits of it blasting off, and like it decays like stardust into the actual bar itself. You can see it going into the objects and the counters, the wood itself. It seems bound to this place in some way.
As the bullet like pierces through it and sinks into the bar top nearby, a gust of water goes out of the bar and just flavor.
I love it. No, please, always,
As
yes,
the
sir.
spout.
Sprays on it,
Yeah.
washing away, of course, the goo that was on it.
The booze.
No, I'll let that last for one round. All right, Cordelia, you're up with Wesley on deck. I rolled a nat 1 on its initiative. So.
Me too.
seeing that and knowing that she is not has
then-
no intention of getting any closer,
I'm gonna move it up then because it should be above Wesley.
she's going
It's
to
plus 12. Do you have plus 12?
No.
Okay.
My total was 10.
Okay, that's my bad then.
she's going to reach out to Ernie, and then her eye lights as she focuses on the specter thing, and she's going to cast forbidding word.
No, just keep saying ghost things until you figure out what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's going to cast forbidding ward.
All right.
So you get a +1 to your AC against that specifically,
Ooh,
and
okay.
and all your saving throws against it.
All right. Did you want to move in?
No,
No. I was just checking.
I don't very much not so.
I don't think I will.
Give another action.
I do.
Oh, this
and
is Kai. This is Wesley.
and she's gonna go ahead, since Ernie's in the thick of it, cast guidance on him,
Okay, we love that.
and then she's gonna kind of just tuck.
All right, it's tucked in. Its turn. The ground shakes, and the floorboards begin to rattle. The lights do not flicker out because they were never lit, but everything shakes and spills around. The cups bang against the floor, the forks and knives hit to the ceiling, and the wood splinters up. It is going to... I'm gonna roll... If I roll higher than 50, you really piss it off.
Don't.
44, okay. So, its first action is going to be frighten. Because you spilled the goop on it and it's already a little upset, it is going to go ahead and use frighten. So, it's going to make itself visible. So, as it flashes into existence, the spectral energy flashing out, you see this decayed, horrifying skeletal face, sunken eyes bleeding out, this huge slack jaw that's screeching, these ribs that are jagged at the end, and this eyes that are burning with fury of souls left unfinished. It screeches as it uses frighten. I need everyone within 30 feet. You, Everyone but Brooks needs to make a will save.
Oh, I'm inside now?
Wesley never. Actually
How
entered.
far in was Wesley?
He was
I was
outside.
outside hanging lanterns.
Okay, you're out here then. So not Wesley, not Brooks. I'm sorry.
You hear
Continue
Ernie
hanging
yell,
lanterns.
ironically, that thing I threw on you would have protected me against fear.
Cordelia's like, you threw my potion?
Wait, the fear can't get through them. That's everyone knows that's how potions work.
Yeah.
It's trapped inside of the
Misfortune.
That's a really good moisturizer.
Yeah. Will save?
Will.
I miss him.
You're a fluid.
All right, with my misfortune, I got 13.
13 is a failure.
24.
That's a pass. You're immune for 1 minute.
Roll well tonight.
23.
You are immune for 1 minute. All right. So you, Kai, you are frightened too. Frightened is a very bad status effect. What it does is basically lowers all your DCs by 2. So that's your AC, your attacks, just everything's down 2, and it decreases 1 per turn. So you are down 2. It's not a critical failure, so you're not fleeing for the whole time.
Ooh.
That was 1 action. For its second action, it's going to use telekinetic storm.
Oh, wait.
All the cups,
Check
the
me
forks,
fortune.
You have something?
Could use some
Oh, I was
fortune
just going to
check.
say, you actually have a +2 for Forbidding Ward. I
Oh.
forget, it's heightened.
Against its
That's
AC.
okay.
Yeah.
So +2 to your AC
bonus
and
is 2.
+2 to saving throws against that particular thing.
That's awesome. Perfect. All right. It's going to not attack just Kai. It's going to attack against all of you. So it all counts as 1 attack. Well, I gotta roll separately for each of you. This one's going to
Same
Ernie.
3.
Miss. As a cup flies back, past, and smashes into the wall. Next thing, a floorboard picks up and swings towards Kai. That's going to be 22 versus AC.
That hits.
Okay, you are going to take...
That's good ghost noise.
14 bludgeoning damage as the floorboard smashes into you.
This thing ain't fucking
It's
around.
2d12, y'all.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Yeah. And I can hit everyone.
Wow.
And next, a plate spins like a disc and flies towards Cordelia.
Oh, please no.
Guard your neck.
20 versus AC.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh,
no.
Christ.
Roll low.
I could drop you.
Low.
Roll low.
5 points of slashing.
Okay,
Okay,
we're
that's
fine.
low.
We're fine.
All right. That's its turn. It
you
made
for the
itself
sense
appear. As it is flying out there, and the blade is like flying around, and the objects of coming to its defense. It literally has a reaction where it can throw something at you. That's why I had it do the fork and like the cutscene or whatever. So I should have made you take damage, but I'm not gonna make it do that now. That's all it's
You
got.
have to hit me first.
Yeah. Let's move on to Ernie. You're back up. The
Wait,
poltergeist. I'm sorry, Wesley. You're now up.
Okay, so Wesley can see this through one of the windows, and he recalls, like, since he loves, like, stories and adventure of... People told him stories of, like, haunted houses, so he's like, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and continues hanging the lanterns.
Okay. Did you put any of the lanterns on? This is your first turn, right?
Yes.
So you put the first lantern on?
Yeah.
Okay. As you put the lantern on, you see another ghost appear.
Oh.
All of you that are inside, just you see immediately a second ghost appears. This one is of a burly human with huge mutton chops, not unlike Ernie's, but thicker. Not challenging you. And he is just spectrally looking at what's going on, and he kind of like shakes his head, and he just starts cleaning the glass.
So as I go to, I guess I'll run to go fetch another lantern. As I do, I was like, I've heard tale that you need to appease the ghosts in haunted places.
Okay.
That's my assumption anyway. And I'm gonna run to go grab another lantern.
I'm playing the
So-
objective.
Okay.
So I guess interact, move, then interact, pick it up.
Okay, sure. You're just grabbing more lanterns. We love it. I'll call it an activity to run and grab a lantern and hang it up could be an activity, and you can
Okay,
get
so
it
I'll
up.
get a second one.
Okay. Ernie, right next to you, another ghost appears. This one is of a long, red-haired woman, though she is spectral and like kind of fading. She has this like kind of red aura. She has this like really coy smile and really like sharp features. She has a big captain's hat with one of those giant feathers. She's sitting cross-legged with huge like captain's boots, and she's just sitting there and she's laughing and she looks and she's like, oh. Whenever she sees the poltergeist, and she just turns back and she continues conversing with no one across the table from her.
No one that we can see.
All right, Ernie, you're up. I'm sorry about that, Wesley. For
I
skipping.
take the found liquor bottle in my hand, and for my first action, I rummage on the ground and find a piece of damp cloth, or just a stray cloth, and I stick it into the bottle and shake it.
Mm-hmm.
And then for my second action,
Wait, that's one action to pick
take
it
a
up.
piece of cloth and stick it in the bottle. And then my
Why
second...
was that? Why wasn't that a 2 interacts?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just picking up a piece of cloth. Is that 2 interacts?
One to pick up, one to.
I'll allow it. It should be 1 to interact.
I'm going to
one
spend my entire turn doing this one thing. So
Sure.
the second thing
All
I'm
right.
going to do is I'm going to grab my igniter and go bzzz, and like a little flame goes and I light it on fire. And I say, that's a great idea, Wesley. Let's light it up. And I throw my homebrew Molotov cocktail at the ghost.
Those flames out. That's not gonna be.
You hear the ghost behind the bar go, "No, wait!" And the flames just.
And I.
What kind of save, you son of a bitch?
So I'm suggesting that we treat this as I've just
reflex?
created Alchemist's Fire.
Yeah, absolutely. Alchemist fire.
So
sounds
that
fair.
would just be me throwing it.
Okay. Yeah, so it's an attack against AC.
I'm going to use a hero point because this is too cool for it not to work.
True.
You technically do still have guidance.
Oh my god.
What does that get me?
A +1 to
Cool. I'm going to use it.
any perception check, attack roll, saving throw, or skill
Perfect.
check.
Does a 16 hit this thing?
16 does not hit.
Damn.
20.
Doesn't have splash
Well,
damage.
it will take the 1 point of
Okay, it
fire
takes 1
splash
point of
damage
fire.
as I light the area near the bar on fire.
You just hit the bar
Yeah,
instead.
it does not take 1 point of fire damage.
I think I got it.
Nailed it.
You see the barman ghost run over and like with his towel, he's starting to whip out the fire now.
Or since it didn't do any damage anyway, maybe it wasn't liquor. Maybe it was just like water.
It's just water. It fizzled
It does
out.
nothing.
I kind of like that better. He just had a fiery cloth on the
He
floor.
just stamps out the handkerchief.
Brooks is up with Kai on deck.
Seeing the nonsense that just happened inside, he's gonna turn to
The absolute nonsense.
Wesley and just
Isn't there getting lanterns?
yeah. So he's gonna stow his glaive and then help him with lanterns.
Okay.
So with 3 actions,
3 actions. I'll say stowing a glaive, grab a lantern, hanging it up. I'll let you move and be part of that.
okay.
A third ghost appears. This one also has a captain's cap. He looks very sad. He's across from the red-haired woman. He has a dagger, a ghostly dagger that's in the table, and he's twisting it, looking upset. He has a long beard that's curled like in a very piratey fashion, but he has these like deep, sallow, sunken eyes that aren't due to the fact that he's undead. All right.
That aren't because he's undead. I see.
There are 2 lanterns remaining. All right. I'm sorry. Kai, you're frightened. 2.
Also,
I'm spooked.
Yeah.
And that's Ernie right there next to me?
That's Ernie way over there.
Way over what? Oh, I can't
That's
see him
Ernie.
over the piano!
You couldn't see it.
I can't see him over the piano. That's so
Okay.
good.
I'm holding like a clockwork butane lighter with a crazy expression in my eyes.
That's Ernie, right there.
Okay, that's Cordelia right next to
That's
me.
Cordelia.
How heavy would you say that you are?
Oh, she is a wisp.
She is so thin.
Like, she wears tons of layers, but she is tiny.
he has hollow bones.
Kai is frightened. He's gonna turn and attempting to hook an arm around your waist is gonna try to run and drag you out of the bar, and it's shouting, Ernie, let's get the hell out of here!
Voluntarily fleeing.
I'll take a hero point to you for role playing that, even though you absolutely don't have to, and also because you absolutely fucked Ernie for next round.
Yeah, I would say Cordelia's like holding her head where the plate hit her, and she's like, "What is that? Oh God!"
Yoink!
So we're running out, and then dragging her. With dragging her, that's probably 2 actions. But I'm gonna go and start trying to help the lanterns.
Okay, you can go grab the last lantern. I'll say from over here. Okay, that's gonna bring us to Cordelia. You're now dragged outside.
Was there only 1 lantern left or 2?
There's 1.
I thought you said 2. You said 2, and
2.
then just now you said final. But I think there were 2 left.
Yeah, 2 left. I'm so sorry. Yes.
2 left?
2.
I mean, I've been drug out here, so I'll go ahead and grab one and hang it up.
Okay, you grab one, hang it up. Another ghost appears. This one think like the jester Shakespeare costume, like the big poofy pants, the little twisty shoes, the thing, and he's on the stage and he's like talking. He goes, eh, and like looks around like as he realizes people can see him. All right.
And is that 1 or 2 actions?
That was 2 actions to grab it and hang it.
Okay.
I picked up the first kind of like, I mean, as part of like.
If you just want to get a third one on there, between those
Yeah.
actions, I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Then
third
yeah,
one hangs.
I'll hang the last
And
one.
this last one
Explodes.
The
explodes.
whole
Sure.
tavern explodes.
Every time you go joke, it's gonna happen.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I'm just kidding.
How'd you know?
This last one is a very, very smallish dwarf with just lines carved down the face, like a really weird. Instead of like beard, it's like streaks. It has like really bushy eyebrows, which are also carved into this point. And he's got a really wicked grin and a hooked nose. And he's at the table with the other 2, and he's talking, and he's like looking disdainfully, and like he's making fun of the person that's on stage.
Oh.
Okay. All right, that's all of them. My turn. Ernie,
My turn.
you are left alone. And you threw a bottle at this thing. The bottle that you threw.
I've never drawn a weapon. I'm only holding the little
Oh,
clockwork.
so
tube
isn't it
too.
cute how he tries to negotiate?
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
No, I want everyone to realize how cool I look.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's never drawn a weapon, but the weapons will now draw themselves against you. So, the glass bottle that you threw that shattered rises up, and then as a loose brick from the fireplace comes out, and then the very table next to you, one of the legs breaks off, and all 3 are going to swing at you. So, when you use telekinetic storm against a single target, I make a strike object against the target, and the damage increases to 3d12.
Do I still have that +2 to AC that you gave me?
Did you forget to sustain it?
About that, that's a sustain.
Oh, cool.
And
So
I just used everything.
didn't
to do,
sustain.
No,
You did
I
not
used
sustain.
everything to do lantern.
Here comes the pain! I gotta hit you first, right?
Yep.
At least
Sorry,
it's not
Ernie.
the 6.
I have plus 11.
12, you know, from 3.
23 versus
To
AC.
be fair, I would still have to be within 30
Yeah, that
feet.
hits.
That hits.
Anyway.
So, first,
No
your
way.
own glass shards come and stab you in the side. As you're bent over, the brick comes and bangs you across the head. And as you're kneeling over, which makes the glass pierce deeper into your stomach, and you're like, ah!
I don't deserve this.
That's when the table leg comes out and whips you under the legs. That's gonna be 3d12 damage coming at you.
The poltergeist clapped his cheeks, y'all.
5, 4, 1. It was on an 11. So 5 plus 4 plus 1 is 10. You're gonna take 10 points of, let's call it bludgeoning overall.
Fuck me damage.
Yeah.
It has 1 more action left.
No.
Did you include your
I did.
You know what? You're already hurt. It doesn't really need to move. Like, I hate leaving the enemy static like that, but it's like begins to shake. It's gonna take the fork, and it's gonna throw the fork back at you. As you're like the table like hits you, and you stumble forward just a little bit. No, a loose nail from the ground shoots straight up towards your chin.
Oh no.
It's got multiple attack penalty.
Oh, so this should be like minus 10, hopefully.
Oh! It rolled over to a 5, and the nail scrapes on your cheek and hits the ceiling. All right, that's it. It is now Ernie's turn. After that just whacked you up.
Fuck him up.
I wish I had
Hit him with the chair.
I just want to
Wait.
move all objects and stuff and throw them on, but I don't want to mess up this beautiful set. It's hard to see on such a small cam, but there's all kinds of detail on this thing. My girlfriend set up for me. There's the stage, there's the outside, there's the little tables and the beer. It's lovely.
This is the wrong character for making ghosts.
I kind of straighten myself up, glass sticking out of my stomach, and I scream, "Guys, well, I don't know what y'all are doing, but it's still fucking me up in here!" And I pull the short sword out of my, my backpack strap has a place right here where it fits into the backpack, and I loosen it with my thumb and then pull it out, and I take off running right at the guy.
Okay. Sprinting towards him.
Yep. And I am going to, as I'm running at the poltergeist, I drop my weight as if I'm about to go into a slide, dropping low, but then at the last second, I kind of bounce back up to my feet and go hard to the right as I try to feint.
Okay, you're gonna feint him?
Yes.
I think.
I feint. Some of y'all are gonna feint.
Which is a deception.
Oh, perception, actually.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Nothing. 12 versus your perception DC.
Its perception DC is gonna be 22.
It doesn't matter because you're immune to.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's immune to precision damage.
But Ernie don't know that.
Ernie didn't know that. He does now.
So he's gonna.
I think it's evident that this thing doesn't have any vital points for you to strike. As you come up and try to feint it, it just like cracks its head.
Using my last action with my short sword, I am going to swing and try to connect with whatever form this thing
You
has.
just try. You try it.
That's going to be a 24 to
24
hit.
does hit, yes.
And I'm going to hit it for 8 non-magical damage.
8 non-magical. Nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to need some help.
He doesn't do anything. You hear the barkeep speak up. Dolores, please. These people, they're not the ones that killed you. All right.
I really not.
Wesley.
I guess I'll enter the bar.
Okay. On stride?
Yeah, one stride. I guess I'll address all the ghosts and be like, we can't really seem to purge this poltergeist. May we have your assistance? I guess I'll attempt to, I don't know, some sort of diplomacy to
Okay. You're gonna roll.
entreat their aid of some
Okay,
sort.
okay. Yeah, you're making a request of them.
Yeah, request,
That's an
that's
action.
what it
You're
is.
doing a request. All right, so you're gonna roll persuade.
I request a.
I request greatly.
Well, my diplomacy is only +1.
Mm.
So that's only a 10.
A 10?
But you're so charming.
The man at the table with the sunken eyes, he turns to you and he says, Traveler, it doesn't matter if Dolores kills you or the time will. You're here forever. You might as well just end it quicker. And he seemed utterly defeated when he says that.
I sigh and I make my last stride towards the ghost and pull my rapier.
Okay.
Well, yeah, as part of the move.
Yeah, you got it. All right, moving on. Let's got Brooks
Brooks, yeah.
or Ernie, because Wesley was last.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so Ernie and then Brooks.
I feel like I just
Ernie
went.
just went.
Okay, so I skipped Wesley because I'm bad at this. All right, so
So
Brooks
Brooks, yeah.
and then Kai.
So Brooks, sort of clutching his head, is going to make 2 strides in.
Okay, 2 strides in.
I guess I probably need 2 to get to it.
Like, let's take up all the lanterns. 25. That's your first 25. And you want to get next to it?
Yeah.
All right, that's your second stride.
And I can pull my weapon as part of that?
Yes, as part of a
that's
move
part of
action,
move
you can
action.
draw your weapon.
Okay. As my last action, I'm... Okay, so as he's walking up, he's going to pull up an arm, and the arm starts to glow with that gray sort of mist, and I'm going to cast Shield.
Okay, shield is up. That's gonna bring us to Kai. You're frightened 1.
Okay.
The tendrils of fear begin to spread away from you.
Everyone's starting to go back in. I'm feeling more rational. I'm gonna walk back in and I'm gonna reload.
Okay.
And then I have this fancy magic weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go ahead and take a crack at it.
Okay.
Normal shot. It's going to be a 22 to hit.
22 does hit. Did you subtract 1 for your frightened?
No, it affects checks and DCs, not attack rolls.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
Interesting.
Okay. It's going to be 11 points of damage.
Ooh, and it's all
It's
magical.
all
so
magical.
it's bloodied.
Magic weapon.
It screeches, and now it turns its visage to Kai,
thank
cracks its neck. You can hear the bones as the neck extends like a snake, and it breaks the spine a little bit, and it twists and looks at you upside down. And ectoplasm begins to spill from its mouth. Its focus is now entirely on Kai. Anything else?
No, that was 3 actions.
Okay, cool. Cordelia, you're no longer frightened.
She's gonna go ahead and stride. So she's within 30 feet of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not an inch closer.
Yeah, no. Not an inch closer.
Yeah, you just get into the end, essentially.
I'm gonna put some
And
between myself and Kai too.
And she pulls out her staff and she's, Arnie, I'll get to you in a moment. And she'll slam it down and do, she'll do the two action healing from the staff, but she's gonna do it to the poltergeist.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
A fortitude save?
And
My
yeah,
goddess protects
it's a fortitude
me.
save, and it's gonna be heightened.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's a lot.
25
Damage?
points of positive damage.
What's your save?
It's
a basic save?
It's a basic save. My save is 19.
17. So Cordelia says, I'll get to you in a moment. She slams the staff down and tell me how this poltergeist is destroyed as the positive energy files into it.
Yeah, no, it's fucked up one of her friends. So as she slams it down, you guys are used to, the warm kind of radiant light from the staff. It comes up as just this pure burst of radiant flame.
And you hear the screech.
No! No! Vengeance!
And shh.
As it dissipates on the other side, you see Ernie with his short sword and the igniter trying to heat up the blade. It's like, I need to do some fire damage.
You hear the barman sigh. You'll have to forgive Dolores. She does that to every... She does that to every wanderer in. She can't tell folk that killed her from the folk that didn't. I hope you will see that the hatred in her heart is not her own doing. Welcome, friends, to Idle Bay. I'm the proprietor, barkeep here, the captain's lantern. My name is Glover Godfrey. And he reaches out a hand.
I reached to shake it.
It just goes straight through.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I wanted to try.
Yeah. I haven't... You're a ghost?
Aye. We here in Idle Bay are well aware of our situation, though we are
Idle Bay?
not able to do much about it. Aye, that's what it's called, and has been for some time. That's idle with a DL, mind you, but it hasn't always been that way. See, at least when I've been running the place, and you'll forgive me if I'm talking your ear, for it's been a while since we had, and he looks at the stage and he cringes, more than pleasant company to talk to.
Sit down at the bar as he's talking.
The stool breaks. Try the one on the right.
Trying to spin myself. Poor strength.
Idle Bay. A long time ago, wasn't a pirate, sailor, miscreant on this sleeping sea that couldn't find this place and call it home for a little while. My bar was open as long as you hung up that lantern. For here, if the captain's lantern was hanging, then we for sure knew that your ship meant nothing. No hostility towards the others. A place of safety. To store cargo, to grab food. For a while it seemed like this was a place of worth and value. It hasn't been that way in some time. I don't know what year it is. All I know is it's been some time since anyone's hung the lanterns up. Last fella that fled from here cast them all down after Dolores killed their crew. You'll note the bodies on the ground. She'll be back in half a week or so, so if you're still around, get ready for another bout. Until those are responsible for killing her are found, she's affixed to this place as much as we are.
Yeah, that's the part I'm a little confused about. You said this whole thing about none of us can leave.
Aye, that appears to be the thick of it.
Well, you see, we're not dead yet, so do we have some other options?
I'll turn on to something a little less
Jovial.
cheery here,
Yeah.
because it was like a land, you know, kind of a happy, but options. If you don't mind, I'll talk and I'll explain the situation a little bit.
Sure. You got any food here that isn't dust?
He shakes his head. Idle Bay. It'll keep you. You can go out and find some game. Might be some fish, crustaceans on the beach. You might find some good natural resources. Spring is good drinking, never spoiled. And there's vegetation and in patches. You could live for a while here, but sooner or later, that madness will creep in. That loneliness, that desperation, that thought that you can escape will always be there. And you will try. And you will fail. I said it's idle with a D-L-E-L, I-D-L-E. Sorry, I never did learn my letters.
It's okay, I'm still learning too.
I-D-E-L-L-E.
Idle Bay.
What?
Before that, folks knew it as Idle Bay. For there were 4 gods that we paid homage to when we passed through. And their idols stood in this very bar.
Okay.
And he holds up a hand, and there's 4 wooden panels that once held something and now just completely empty.
Play on words.
We thought it was something clever at the time, though now it seems more of a curse than wordplay.
It's still clever.
We squandered the gifts that were given to us by the gods of the sea. We betrayed them. The captains took them. We were robbed of them. And the last one that held here, he looks up at it, was taken from the cult. And poor Dolores, she did her best, but she fell to the brigands. In the name of their god, they slew her, and in her vengeance, she bonded herself to this place. But they have not returned. Many tried to leave the island after the gods were offended. You could try to build a ship. There's plenty of good lumber around. Oak, ash, thorn. Wonderful trees all about. But when you need that one last piece, when you're finally done with your task, you'll look at your hatchet and you'll cut down that final tree. Victory at hand, to find the inside full of rot, termites, wherein there shouldn't be any. Or perhaps a foul wind will blow up, or a storm will come out of nowhere. A beast will approach where they never approached before. A sickness will come upon you. Something of the ocean will stop you. And so you will be here, idle, stuck. With only, and he motions to the bar, this place for respite. And I have to warn you, some things are worse than eternal slumber. And he looks at the stage again.
Are we the first living that you've seen recently?
Well,
You didn't see like a big blue man and some little pink ones?
I ain't seen not seen a man, blue or otherwise, but my lantern was taken down, and in it, my spirit is held. If the lantern is not hanging, I am not able to view this world through the lens that you view it.
Sort of like how we couldn't see you.
He nods.
Another question. You mentioned people would store their loot here? Does any of that remain?
Well, he motions over to the fork on the ground.
So be careful. They like wordplay here. He might just point you towards some sort of stringed instrument.
Most things were taken by the last crew or looted by the cultists. I'm afraid there's not much left of value. You could look around. Perhaps you'll find some lost treasures. But he points at the silver fork on the ground. A mighty weapon.
Take the fork.
It is a silver fork. And he says,
Don't know when we'll need silver.
no. Not all weapons are as they seem. Some powers are best hidden for the element of surprise. You must speak the sacred words. Say, it's dinner time.
It's dinner time.
As he says that, the fork crackles with blue electricity and expands into this intricate silver trident.
Can you fucking imagine if you had said that while I was still in my leg?
Oh my god.
And I will hand you, Wesley, the fighter's fork.
Seems more of a
It is a +1.
your style.
A +1 silver trident.
It seems like a pole arm to me.
It does seem like something. I hand it to. You're
So
better with those.
it is
big
a
ones.
normal fork that you can just have on your
It's dinner
person,
time?
and when you say it's dinner time, it will
That's
become a
amazing.
+1 trident.
That's a
so
great concealable.
It
weapon.
is. So during this whole conversation, Brooks has like a hand on the wall. I'm using the refocus action while this conversation is
I
happening.
give you the fork while it's still big. But it's just the big fork.
Do I say I'm satisfied or something, or like I'm full?
As you
to make
say,
it go
I'm
away?
satisfied. It
You have to
shrinks
say,
down. Like,
my tummy good.
I had that good.
In my tongue.
I made a happy play.
Well, cool.
If
Okay.
you say what's for dessert, it turns into a +2.
Turns into a giant spoon.
Oh my god.
It's like a club.
Oh.
Okay. So cool. So he says, "What do I have to say? I'm satisfied." And he goes,
And he goes,
like,
it shrinks back down to a normal silver fork.
I. He puts it in his pocket, I get, or like it was. Just nobody say.
Just in his little
Nobody
lapel.
mention dinner while I have this like in my pocket. It's ready.
You've mentioned a cult a few times now. What cult?
The deep ones.
The deepens.
Oh, I think we ran into a couple of those fishy fellas.
They have gills where they ought not have. Scales sometimes. They speak in a tongue from the depths.
They like to make rocks drop on people.
I've not heard of this, but it would not surprise me.
Are there any other structures on this island besides your inn?
I am bound to this place. If it has changed in the time since I've been dead, I do not know. But I would assume that these cultists, when they took the statue of their god, they took it somewhere deep. They must yet still remain, else Dolores, her soul would be free.
How long ago did they take it?
I will repeat that I do not have a
He doesn't
Oh,
perception of
sorry.
time. I am sorry.
I missed it because I was taking
I mean,
notes.
No. It's
His
just,
skeletons are rather dusty, so is that around the same time?
I actually start rummaging through the bar just to see if there's any sort of like serviceable rations or goods or
there's
anything.
there's some pretty serviceable bottles of liquor left over, like some aged rum, like dark rum.
You said the
I grabbed a couple.
statues you're talking about, like in here in the bar, the remaining.
There's like
three?
there's just platforms.
just platforms.
It's like a mantle with 4 very clearly empty spots.
Okay,
The
all 4
four-
of them are empty. I thought one was empty.
The four gods
No.
that she mentioned before, perhaps they were the idols representing each of the.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that might be the case.
Yeah.
Well, you said the cult has one. Do you? And the crew made off with another. The last crew.
They were taken by various sailors and captains. I doubt they made it out of the sleeping sea, but under the depths, on the islands, I have no idea where those idols may be.
Well, somewhere on this island's the rest of our crew that's still alive. Both of them.
If they manage to get washed up here, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just imagining that the captain is like probably on what's left of our ship, perhaps still asleep, certainly unbothered. and he's just kind of waiting for us to fix it.
We'd rather cross if we don't.
Well, yeah, but also I think he'll just kind of hang out until we do.
I will say this, and I hope I do not overstep boundaries between you and your crew, for the bond of a crew is sacred, and I hope you do not take offense at me speaking ill of one whom I have not met. If you are in this place, the sleeping sea, she allows many to pass, but to pull those into her lull, one must commit a sin. Perhaps one amongst you have sinned, or perhaps your captain has.
Well, we did have one guy who had stolen some stuff, but he got ate by a lobster. So
Petty thievery is not going to invoke the wrath of Ophelia, nor is it going to call upon Israel's wrath.
How recent did you say
Wesley cheats at cards sometimes. Could that do it?
You taught me.
I think not.
Oh.
I mean,
The ringing of the word Ophelia is a little strange, because that was the old drowned mistress.
Okay.
As she is reincarnated several times, she takes on an actual human being to become her avatar. So they have been dead for a while.
How many? I mean, do I have a sense of like how many?
There have been
mistresses
4.
4 mistresses.
Yes.
Since then? Many, a long time.
Yes.
You know, I could have sinned about 2-3 years ago. Just blank.
Shit, you're right. You ain't got no idea what you've been doing. You ever cook somebody
No.
while they were still alive?
No.
That's murder.
I've never cooked a person.
You cook those frog people.
I had permission.
Okay.
I don't know. Eating a sapient just kind of doesn't sit right with me.
If you're a fan of cooking, I suggest that you talk to Leroy. And he points at the captain with the dwarf with a smile. Leroy Tross, he would sneak onto other ships and steal their food. And he would brew up for his crew with pilfered food and inspire them in that way. And he mighty likes to talk about food.
So this is like, it has to be like a sin, like capital S.
What I'm saying is, if you are stuck in this place, you are atoning for something that either one of you or one of your high-ranking members of your vessel. Are none of you the captain?
No.
First mate?
No.
No.
Quartermaster? You would be the first to look at. The higher the rank, the greater chance you have of offending the gods. Anything lower than a bosun would probably be forgiven by the gods.
I mean,
2 of you breathed very, very real sighs of relief.
I think I'm good.
What about a cook?
I think I'm good. I don't think it's me.
We forgive the sins that cooks commit because they work with what they are given.
It is true.
I give Cordelia's hair a high five.
Yeah.
We should keep looking around.
I will impose on your hospitality for one more favor. Dolores is bound here by her wrath, by the pain of her death. I am bound here by my own stupidity. I promised. And he points up to the stage, and you see a person up there, and he's just like, all right, we got this, all right. Just focusing up. I promised Norton that he could have the show of his lifetime, in his words, but I foolishly agreed to it. In such, I unwittingly entered a contract when we were murdered that night. He is eternally performing, and he refuses to leave. We are bound by the contract between souls, and we want him to go, or we wish for the sweet release of death so we may be free of his performances. The nether, the emptiness of the void of space would be welcome over than one more night of his jokes. Oblivion itself would be preferable to hearing one more pun, one more story, one more poorly timed, off-color remark.
Okay.
We have tried removing him forcibly,
I have an idea.
but our contract gives him vigor.
How
You
about
may
if
be
we
able.
break the lantern. We could just break
Oh,
his
hide
lantern.
his lantern so you can't perceive me.
That is something you may attempt. I do not know what repercussions that may have.
I have an idea first. I'm gonna go up and
Hang on, I'll turn the cheesy music back on real quick.
I'll grab a handful of my coins.
Uh huh.
I'll request his best joke.
Oh boy, a new audience. All right, I'm gonna knock him dead. Get it? Cause we're all ghosts.
Brooks groans in the corner. He's like, ugh.
Okay. All right. Whew. All right.
Cordelia politely chuckles.
All right. All right. Hey. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello. Welcome. I am Norton. Welcome to the Captain's Lantern. How y'all doing? How the winds get you here? Boy, I just sailed in from Arlen City, and boy, is my ship tired. Yeah. So I was talking to a buddy the other day. We're talking about what's the deal with oysters, right? You ever seen oysters before?
I'm going to die.
No.
You never seen an oyster before. Well, this joke's not gonna land. Let me move on to the next one.
Oh,
God. Yeah, well,
Boy, it's hard to sweat when you ain't got skin, right?
There's no cards?
He doesn't have cards. He's just pretending. No. What happens when you witness a shipwreck? You sink it in. No, wait. Let me do that one again. Let me
Pull his lantern off the hook.
No.
He takes lantern
The lantern's off the hook. Outside, you can't see.
Norton,
He didn't get to do his thing.
I'm so sorry, darling.
Put it back up.
That's wonderful for you mortals. The woman is speaking, but we can still perceive him, whether or not he's lit, our lantern's lit. We are constantly in this. Okay, I got another chance. Why are colds bad criminals? Igloos it together. Wait, I seem to have got my cards mixed up here. Did we talk about shellfish? Oysters? Hey, what's the deal with oysters, right? We'll be back after a brief intermission. We'll be back.
I give like a round of applause, and with the coins in my hand,
did he actually?
I grab my dagger and like stare. I don't know like if it needs it, but like I'll ceremoniously kill my coins.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna like pretend to kill the coins, turn them into ghost. Actually, that's not what he's doing, and he's gonna offer them to them.
I can't take your money.
I come from a
Yeah, man, that was great.
look. Everyone starts.
No, hang on, no. Roll deception versus his perception DC. And
great.
as Godfrey was explaining to you, the contract gives him power, so he's actually got something here.
13.
13?
I'm saying.
Oh, you don't fucking believe that, man? Is that what it is?
Sorry, I was behaving selfishly. Shellfishly. Was that your punchline?
Well, fuck! Now I can't use that one! Jesus. I mean, oh, Isria, sweet Isria. Sweet Isria's beautiful apples. I don't fucking know what to do.
I was going to say, I come from a background of performers, and I see potential in you. But what you don't have, which I think you desperately need, is a partner.
A body. A partner.
Yeah.
That would
You're
help.
not a
wouldn't it?
one-man act.
Well, I'm listening.
Like, you obviously have all your setups,
You just need the punchlines.
yeah. So, I've seen some people, they either have, like, a living or unliving, but a person, but sometimes they use objects to convey another companion, you know. Like, you set it up, the other one delivers the joke. Like puppetry.
Make a
have you-
persuasion.
Have you tried just
Diplomacy.
Have you tried just hitting melons with a hammer?
Buddy, if you have some melons and the hammer,
14.
I'm not corporeal. The partner thing, I mean, it sounds good and all, but the whole point of me doing this was to cut it out on my own and really prove myself. I'm trying to make my magnum opus here. I mean, Godfrey, he promised me the performance of a lifetime, but I'll be honest, I ain't been knocking him dead every night. It's not
A
been
lifetime? Your lifetime is expired.
I I'm not the expert on magical contracts. All I just know is, like, my soul can't be free until these folks in here, not you, but these folks in here, they really enjoy my material. There's no way for me to be free.
Have we tried to keep them
Except-
absurdly drunk?
Well, you got some ghost beer.
I pick up an empty bottle.
No, it's got to be on my own merit. I don't want cheap tricks. I don't want persuasion. I want to perform. I want to be true to myself. A man's got to have a code.
Do you need like some
Or-
material? I'm listening.
Alternatively,
Unless.
I admit, maybe I wasn't ready for the big times. Maybe this whole forever holding them captive to my performance, literally captive audience thing hasn't been working for me. I am, in fact, a ghost. If you were to say, bring me a living person that I could possess and then inhabit that body, I would be very happy to take them, sail away from this place.
Does it have to be living?
It must be a living creature, and I will not take anything less than a humanoid creature. I'm not. I draw the line at kobold. Okay.
If we plan on dispatching some of these cultists to return an idol and avenge your friend Dolores, perhaps we could wrangle one up here.
Yeah, you. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The whole ghost thing already got me feeling a little bit weird.
It's ghosts.
Yeah, well.
What do you mean ghosts? This is so cool.
It's not. This is not just how things are done. It's all a little bit fucky, the way that
Yeah, I'll plug my fucking ears over here. Okay.
But possession of a living body is kind of dark.
So is killing them.
Yeah, that is what is known as a. Oh God, he's writing jokes again. Yeah, we don't.
Did I
have
say
to-
one about oysters earlier?
You did, dear.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I really want to know how the oyster one ends. He keeps starting it. Yeah, we don't really have to deal with that false dichotomy. We can kind of come up with some different
It goes
plans.
back 4 seconds. It goes back 4 seconds.
Try what's the difference between jelly and jam.
Misfortune. TOS. Get out of my stream. Misfortune. So much misfortune. Banned. Demodded. All right, let's try this one. What does a clock do when it's hungry? It goes back 4 seconds.
Because 4 seconds.
4 seconds.
Hey. I got a joke for you.
Yeah.
And I go over and I whisper in his ear. And I say, do that same joke again, but instead of saying, what does the clock say when it's hungry, say, I'm ready for dinner.
Oh. I'm ready for dinner. That's not the command word. Literally nothing happens.
Just like literally impales my skull.
If you're trying to make that special fork, only the wielder can speak the command
Well, that
word.
is less comedic, I'll admit.
It is less comedic, but I had it that way for a reason, says the DM.
that makes sense.
So, these are my terms. Either you help me put on my magnum opus and I will release them from this contract and our souls can be free, or you find me a body possessed and I can hightail it out of here. Those are my terms. Otherwise, I'm going to keep doing this till I get it right.
Maybe we can round up some of the real... Flintlock lasted anything. You get a beer in him and he's good. Like, we can get some of the...
But it has to be these
It has
people.
to be, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Ask the crowd what has scales and four legs and 2 wings.
Well, I gotta go do the set. Like, I can't just go there and do one joke. I gotta knock them dead. So are we gonna do...
This one will get them.
Are we committing?
Already dead.
All right. All right, folks.
As he walks
Everyone-
up, she kind of like pats his arm and casts guidance if she can on him.
Right. Hey, how you doing tonight? Norton back on the stage. Attempt number 2,782. They say third time's the
I
charm.
whisper the punchline in his ear too.
Okay.
When they answer.
What was the whole bit? First of all, you're going to make a straight. You're going to try and, like, I don't know, make an impression, diplomacy. You're going to roll diplomacy to see if he gets it, okay?
Absolutely.
And he's going to roll the performance to see if he can do it.
Okay. Absolutely. What am I rolling?
Diplomacy?
Diplomacy? Yeah, sure. 100%.
TOS.
Yeah, sure. TOS.
What'd you roll?
Yeah, I rolled a 2. Let's go.
You rolled a 2?
Yeah, I rolled a 2. It's fine.
Okay.
He doesn't need to know much. He just needs to repeat after me.
Okay, he rolled a 4.
Excellent.
Great.
Does
Perfect.
he have no skills?
All right, what do I say, boss?
Okay. Ask them what has scales, 4 legs, and wings.
What has scales, 4 legs, and wings?
I gesture to the crowd.
What?
What is it?
Yeah, tell me what it
crowd,
is.
they're not answering. They need to answer.
Norton, if we look, will you please make this the last joke for the night? It's gonna be real good, I promise. Just
If
ask
you
me
get it
what.
right, it's the last joke.
What?
No, you have to answer.
What is it?
The crowd has to answer.
What is it?
What has skills?
This is how the performance is going, by the way. The way that we're fucking performing right now.
Perfect.
This is what's happening. Godfrey slams his fist on the table.
Cordelia just plopped
Damn
down
all
next
the
to
gods and all the devils too! This suffering cannot go on.
I think it's,
I will bind myself and become a second poltergeist before I suffer this a moment
I
longer.
whispered to God. I whispered to Godfrey. I think it's a dragon.
Oh
What has scales, 4 legs, and wings?
I'm mad.
no! Oh god.
The captain with the sullen eyes. He dramatically lifts up his eyes. He looks at Norton, and then he looks at Kai, and he rises up, and you can see the spectral energy begin to glow around him. And he looks you dead in the eyes, Kai, and he says, "Dragon."
And then I whisper the punchline to Norton.
And Norton says, "That's fucking good, man." You know what he said? Oh man, that would have been so good. Oh, I should have said that out loud to them.
You should have said that out loud to them.
Chat, can you guess the punchline? Everyone, wait, let's start prediction. Can chat guess the fucking punchline? All right. No.
Oh man.
That's exactly how this is going. So,
Who's on first?
who's on first? It seems pretty evident to me that this is never going to work out. You guys are less funny than I am. That's evident. So, perhaps you can just find me someone to possess, and I'll let this whole contract thing go on. Yeah.
And so, whenever you are free of your contract,
Yeah.
does that affect our ability to leave the island at all?
Your ability to leave the island? No.
I mean,
Okay,
we're
well, there's
here to
our
atone
answer.
for something. If we do a kind gesture, it might balance our karma or something.
Yeah, balance your karma.
Fine.
Dragon.
Oh, plus, I heard you talking about the deep ones earlier. May or may not have an inkling as to where their base may or may not be located within this island.
Oh, tell us. I will do my best to bring you one of them back.
But then you could just kill them and then leave, and I wouldn't have a body.
Well, we don't have another body to give you. Unless you want to.
Well, one of you can enter a
monstrosity.
contract with me.
I'm not entering any contracts.
Well, not him. He seems very adamant, but
Yeah.
you seem like a fun, approachable guy. Maybe you can enter a contract with me.
But I don't really need to. I want to bring you the body.
Oh, I believe you. That's why this is mutually beneficial. I want you to find a body. You're going to find the body. This is just to protect me on my end. You just sign a little contract with me that says, I will bring you the body, or I will give you my body, and then we're good to go.
But I don't like that stipulation.
Yeah, also, what's he getting out of this?
It's like, you have nothing but to gain.
Look, they asked us to make you stop performing, okay? So
even said-
here are your
I'm
options.
well aware of how they feel about me.
Then here are your options. You can help us, or we make you go the way we made Dolores go.
Roll intimidation.
You're just not ready.
Yeah.
Oh, Dragon D's nuts.
I don't get it.
It's 18 total.
I did fuck up Dolores pretty bad. I mean, y'all let her fuck this guy up first, but
I'm fine.
It's funnier that way.
yeah.
I'll pull a shard of glass out of my belly.
It was a gesture.
All right.
Speaking of,
The secret.
she'll hand you a potion.
The secret is the freshwater spring. You gotta go underwater, up a tunnel, and then into the mountain itself. The deep ones, they've been in there for years, repopulating and doing their rituals. I know for a fact that they have the idol, at least one of them. If you're going to the freshwater spring, into the caverns, down, 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 through the mountain, you'll find them. But you gotta promise me you're gonna bring me back one of these bodies.
If I promised we'd be in a contract, then I'm not fucking doing that.
Right, of course. I mean, just let's show good faith. Alright, I'm gonna take 5. Thanks, I guess. Good luck. Real creepy fuckers. They got not just some knives, but they got some weird magic. You best be looking out.
Yeah. We'll be careful.
And Norton will excuse himself from your presence.
Thank God.
He just goes closer to Brooks.
Oh God. No.
Hey, buddy, you know anything about oysters?
He just walks away.
Shellfish. Shellfish sounds like selfish. Alright, he just goes off muttering to himself.
Should we take the lantern off the hook just for our benefit?
All right, we got a couple of different places we can go on this island. Do we want to go straight down to fight some cultists, or do we want to like see if there's anything else around?
I mean, I feel like we should head towards the cultists. It's our most known option of getting
and
any progress to
they've
lead
got
us,
one of these idols, right?
according to all these ghosts here.
Yeah, that's 2 and 1. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Perhaps we can see any other locales on the way.
How are we doing? Has everyone feel like y'all got food? Y'all got stuff? I mean, do we need water?
We have lobster meat.
Oh my rations.
You see Cordelia's just kind of sitting there like bandaging herself up.
How did Cordelia describe Azitahaka again?
Big snake dragon.
Yeah.
It was just like snake iconography.
He is
As-
the winged
as a-
serpent,
yeah.
a multi-headed snake.
Yeah.
A false dragon is what it's called.
What did the idol look like that
Yeah.
we picked up? The idol that we picked up and gave to Melikado, what did that look like again?
A multi-headed dragon at the
There's a lady.
breast of
Yeah.
a snake lady feeding it. Yes.
Do I have an inkling that those are related? That this
Almost certainly.
Okay. I believe maybe Melikado has one of these idols. Remember the one we gave him?
Oh.
That sounds just like it could be Azitahaka.
Well, it was the lady with him, so.
I believe in the lore, Azitahaka is birthed from
The Queen of Snakes.
the Queen of Snakes. I read the campaign guide.
All right,
If
well,
the captain, we would need to find him. And
That could be why we're here in the first place. That could be why the storms sought vengeance.
yeah, I don't think it's me. I haven't done a lot.
I mean, we were told it wasn't us, so.
yeah, I mean,
I really kind of stick to
I can't
petty.
even remember who picked that up.
Or who gave it a whisk.
Either way, we know how to atone for that. We just have to find the captain.
Yeah, well, I think looking for the captain is a waste of time. We're gonna stumble across him at some point. He's wherever the fuck he is. But we can go find these cultists right now. We know where they are. And we can get some water and we have some lobster meat. We can live there. What time of day is it?
What time of day? It's getting into late evening now.
Do we want to sleep here before we go?
I think it might.
You're more than welcome to grab a spot underneath a table, or
Does he perform
Take the
at
lantern
night?
off, maybe.
just take the lantern off,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, that's a great
Don't
plan.
listen to that all night.
that's how he feels.
I start taking some drift, like some broken wood and stuff, and build up a fire in the fireplace, and unroll a bedroll nearby. Settle in.
Yeah, I also will unroll a bedroll.
All right. You all lay down to rest, and you all get ready to find whatever respite you can here at Idle Bay. As you're closing your eyes, just knowing that Dolores won't be back for at least another 2 days. Actually, let me roll for it.
Also, you don't regain all your habits when you rest.
She'll be back in 5 days. As you're laying there, you're all just like drifting off to sleep. Before darkness takes you, Brooks, you are left with a thought. One singular thought. A body, Brooks. A body, Brooks. Isn't that a novel idea? And it whispers cold and harshly in your ear, and you shiver and pull your blanket tighter as you all lay down to rest. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end our session for today. There we go. That's session 1, y'all.
Woo!
We did it.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here on our first little adventure for Windfall. Going forward with Windfall, we will be pushing back later on. We are going to start at 4 instead of 3 and be pushing later into the evening. I hope you all really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, really wacky, and we were still getting the hangs of things. So thank you all so much for sticking with us. And I hope to see all of y'all next time. All right, anyone else?
Yeah, and we will be, obviously the VOD will be up for people that only caught part of it and are interested, but we'll also be posting this to YouTube. You might have just watched this on YouTube, so just pay attention, and we will, we'll be doing all sorts of things to promote things.
Check the Discord if you're not there already.
Absolutely. Come check out the Discord for production updates, lore and guides, and ways to interact with the game. Until next time, y'all, thank you so very much for being here, and we'll see you next time. Later on, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.